Whoa. Sorry.
I just want to put some numbers down on paper and like see where we're at with this thing, because I really haven't honestly like looked at things carefully as much as I should have. But
What area are you thinking? Like what area has concern?
Just like, will this be profitable? Like, can we make money
no,
here?
no, yeah, it'll be profitable.
Like, I don't want to be running this thing in like 6 months and then I'm like, I'm just like.
Yeah, but you looked at your numbers. What's the variable that you think you won't be profitable on? Your cost is what?
Like volume and then costs. Yeah, volume versus costs. Like, where's like the break-even point? Like for.
No, but there's no need to factor in volume right now for the first part of that. Like what?
Yeah.
So your cost of your product is what?
I gotta get these numbers. Yeah, that's why. I gotta dial this in a little bit. Yeah.
Well, how do you not know your cost?
I mean, I have a general ballpark, but I want to like factor in like Amazon fees.
No. But I'm talking about, you have different types of costs. So you have your cost to your house. Then you have your FBA cost, which is landed in FBA after inbound shipping fees.
Right.
Then what you're talking about is like total, like true profit.
Right.
At the end after.
Right.
That's going to change
Yeah.
for each sale. Because sometimes if one keyword, giving a simple example, if a keyword costs 50 cents and it nets you a sale, and another one gets you $2 and it nets you a sale, like that's a different true profit. And then also you have how many clicks does it take to actually get that sale, which throws that as well. So you're never going to know that per sale.
Well, yeah, I just want to know like, okay, break down like, okay, what would be our margins at like 250 units, 500, 1,000. Like
you're talking about when you're ordering from your factory. Like, what are they going to give you when you order bigger quantities?
No. Well, yeah, including that, factor that in too. Yeah, absolutely. Like all all variables.
What is your, unless you're, I guess you have me nervous because you're not answering, and I don't know if you're not answering because you don't want no one to know. But like, what is your cost? And if it's because you don't want to say, that's okay. But like, what is your cost of your product before FBA?
I better not say, but
okay. That makes me now. I don't feel. I'm not worried.
But I know
because you've shared that number with me, and unless something like dramatically changed, you have plenty of profit.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Then we're good.
But still, you got to account for that's one part of it. Then you got FBA fees. There's
but that was factored in. Otherwise, when I would have known that initial number, I would have said, like that doesn't work because you didn't factor in.
Yeah.
The other one, sorry, back to what you were saying, Dimitri, is okay. So this rule of 3 came about from like arbitrage sellers back in the day.
Oh. Really?
So the rule of 3 came from if you. And then we're talking about something, this saying like predates COVID. You go into the store, you scan something on the shelf for $5. If it's selling for 15 on Amazon, so 3 times the amount, that was your cost you get back, roughly Amazon's fees of $5, and it left you $5 profit, which is 100%. So the rule of 3 was kind of like, if you want to have 100% profit, you have bad signal in the store and you're just eyeballing it, unless the product is oversized or heavy, then that allowed you to do it. With food, most food products don't sell for these higher amounts. So most food products don't have a 100%.
Yes.
They usually do. I mean, there's instances where it has 100%, but it usually doesn't have that 100%. And sort of the reason why I think it's like that is competition is kind of what sets what everything sells for, is that it had, unlike a knee brace, there's a subscription element to this. So you're paying to acquire this sale, but you're going to start getting subscriptions at no ad cost, at a much higher profit margin for those subscriptions. So not that you'd ever want to do this, but if you made, I don't know, let me use a horrible number. Say you made 10% profit, right? But 40% after everything's said and done, you're at 10%. But 40%, again, I'll use a huge one. Now 40% of your sales turn into subscriptions. That means all of your subsequent subscription sales are at, I don't know, roughly 50% profit. So that's, I don't know, they're loose numbers. There's exceptions for every product.
Yeah, but targeting this 1 to 3 rule is actually.
I like to just add a buck or two on the sale price nowadays to account for extra shipping, like rising shipping costs and some of the PPC. So in the example of a 5 to 15, I get it for 5, it's selling for 15. I feel safe saying get it for 5, sell it for 17, and that puts you in that range. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Well, there's a delay, so. But that, yeah, that should do it. Cool. I got a message from everybody saying there was like traffic or something, or there was an accident. Did you guys catch an accident?
No.
Spring break.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what it is. I have kids, so I don't know about that. Oh, you sent me a product
2.
to do a teardown, 2 of them, nice. Anybody else that wants to send me a product so we could do a teardown live, feel free to send it to me. And I'll tear them down starting at 2 o'clock. We bring in these sort of teardown sessions back courtesy of Ting, who requested them, and live product sourcings, which we're gonna
Yeah, she likes to live.
do some more of those. How's she doing?
Good, yeah. Yeah, she's spending the day with the kiddo. She, yeah, I think she's been like more focused on our like social media
Yeah.
rather than like our like nuts and bolts, like the operations of our company. So I think she just like, I don't know, maybe a little discouraged, I don't know, but we'll get there. Yeah.
On what?
Just like how long it's been taking us to get to this point, but there's a lot of moving parts. It's like you can't.
Oh man, you guys are in the finish line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I tried to say like you know, encouraging things, but she's just, I don't know. It is what it is.
Man, I've actually been a little bummed on your guys. I mean, you guys have been doing everything you could do, but I've been kind of like deflated. And then, no, I'm jazzed now. Like,
Yeah.
now it's there. Everything we shot for and more is good.
Yeah. I know me, I'm like, I know some people might not always get me, but I put more thought into like a step or a process. Maybe sometimes more than I need to, but I'm learning how to like speed up the process. But I like to, you know, make sure you think pragmatically about something before you like make a decision and then you move into it. Most of the time, not perfect, but yeah.
Cool.
Where is that?
You can send it to me via email if you want. The Carlos at Bluebird, and I'll pop my email open. But
Well, I can forward to email.
that would be better if you could, otherwise I have to open my WhatsApp and that gets complicated on this computer.
Let me see.
Huh?
You don't have to see what's in there, man.
Well, God, I mean, I have some groups of
It's
guy
not
friends
mine.
that are not safe. Yeah, definitely not safe.
It's Carlos Bluebird.
Carlos at Bluebird, yeah. Yep. How are you in your process for yours?
Actually, last time when you said I'm overthinking, I did a lot. I did samples, I tested it with my colleagues, collected feedback with a form, found some more like supplies. I cannot say we're on the finish line because right now it's the main issue is with ingredients. Because I found two co-manufacturers who can do, you know, small MOQs. Like because when the co-packers that I contacted before, they need at least 2,000 pouches.
Okay.
It's a little bit too much because my cost of goods is not very low. It's like $7-8.
Okay.
So I found two co-packers who can do low MOQs, but then one of them, they don't source ingredients. They said send ingredients to us. And right now I'm like researching a lot of websites, like ingredients stores and so on, to find bulk ingredients and suppliers who provide product specification and COA. Because but like it's not a problem. It's just
So what's the new deadline?
right now I
Because
wait.
I'm just saying, because absent a deadline, and that's part of the benefit of a group like this, is because you're going to come back and you'll be like, man, if I come back next Saturday,
Okay, if I have ingredient suppliers, I'm ready to order samples and then product order to my co-packers.
so if you, what would prevent you from getting ingredient suppliers? And he could help because he
Because
went on a mission for ingredients.
because there are two issues. One, some of them need bigger volume that I want. Second, there are some bulk stores, but they don't provide all the documents that our co-packer needs, and like FDA needs, and so on. So I need to find supplier who has low MOQs for ingredients and who can provide product specification and COA, certificate for analysis. So when I find
Why does that supplier need to have all that? Why can't you get a supplier and then, because normally if you want to get different, like analysis is done, you could just send it somewhere.
you mean third party or what?
Yeah, third party.
So I send ingredient to third party and they do COA.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's an option rather than needing to find this one person that does everything, even though they should be able to do it. But like, what would prevent you from being able to do that?
To do what?
Finding someone that does all that.
Right now I cannot. I'm like in a contract with, I don't know, 10, 15 suppliers.
Okay.
And I have 8 ingredients and not everyone has all the ingredients. So I need to order someone from one supplier, something from different supplier. This is an issue. Not an issue, it's a task that I need to solve right now.
Okay.
So right now it's sourcing, but it's in progress. And also, what I wanted to ask, I hired a company, like a guy who is doing trademark.
Yep.
And right now I'm struggling with name because they do in clearance, and when they do clearance, then okay, this name, like 80% that it will be declined by USPTO because there are similar names. And what they suggested me, that they said that we can provide you with, these names for Chinese products where they're just 10 random characters. So I have 2 names that they said, okay, it's like 80% success rate that USPTO will approve it, but I don't really like the name. So
So you're stuck on a name.
yes, and I said, let me think till Monday. I have 2 names, but I use PickFu to tell them, but I see that people saying we don't like both of them, but I will pick A or B because
I don't know what you guys think. I think, and I've never verbalized this, but I think I don't think brand names are as important, anywhere near as important as what people think. And I've chewed on this for a while. I'm talking slow right now because, again, it's the first time I'm saying this, and I want to make sure.
I mean, as long as it's not XYCBD vodka.
Right, but there's a plenty brands out there like that on Amazon that are doing very well.
yeah.
Right, so like,
But usually
But
Chinese
yes,
with something plastic.
I agree.
You would say that for Amazon brands, right?
I would definitely say it.
Because if that's the case, Gucci would not agree with you.
Oh, okay, but okay, let's back up.
Okay?
So I see where you're going.
Okay.
What does Gucci mean? What I'm saying? Okay, but Gucci means something now because they've invested a ton into the branding. Okay, so I'm not saying that you shouldn't invest into brand recognition. I'm not saying that. I think you should. I think you should develop your brand. What I'm saying is if you're starting a brand, when I don't know the story of Gucci, but I can go to the story of McDonald's.
We can go to,
Let's use the yellow M on a hamburger.
yeah, let's go to BYD.
Right, sure. It didn't matter. But because of a whole bunch of successes, and when you break down, like if you listen to Acquired, the podcast that goes, when they break down a lot of these, most of these businesses, it was a whole bunch of accidents and timings and wars that happen around the world that force them to survive, and absent that, they wouldn't have even turned into what they are. So I don't think, the only exception I see is, like, for example, the brand name I'm thinking of for the gummy mix thing that I've been talking about forever that I'd like to do, the DIY kids gummy mix, is called Animal Candy, is one of them. Since it would be shapes of animals and candy, maybe. If I wanted to launch an aquarium brand and I get aquarium.com and my brand name is, aquarium something. So like, if your main keyword, what's up, bro? If your main keyword is also part of your title and it's right there in the front, and I think it lends some authority there. I think you get some edge. If you didn't know either brand of them, and one of them was Yoga Lovers and the other one was XYZX9, which one I think it has some weight, but absent that, I'm not sure.
I think about the only thing that really matters is that people can go from somebody told me a brand name and I can actually type it correctly.
It's just over the board and block that, just say.
Oh, good. I'm good.
Right?
Well, my kid's not going to leave as long as his kid's here.
Raise awareness.
The only thing that matters is like if you say a brand name and you can actually type it just by the way somebody said it.
Agreed.
then That's good enough.
But how critical is it for starting?
I mean, like it's kind of you gotta be able to.
How critical is it in your launch, in the list of things that are important in a launch? Like, really, how critical is it?
I would think it's.
Yeah, but then,
I think a
like,
brand
if
name
it's
is important.
successful, you need to.
But okay, I'm not, we're just discussing. I'm not like, I feel like I can argue this both ways. You have a really, do you share your brand name?
A what?
Do you share your brand? Okay.
Yeah.
What, can you say what your brand name is?
Baby shark?
Baby Shocks.
Maybe sure.
Right, and his product is Baby Socks. So you have Baby Shocks. You know what I mean? So like, there's a cool play there. And it's got the word baby in it, and someone wants to get a baby thing. That's my exception to where I think it has some influence. But he also has a great color palette that he's using for his products. They're priced correctly. It's a nice assortment. If his product was called Zozo, I don't know that his sales would have been that different if everything else was the same.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, that like product and marketing is more important than brand name, right? Like, at least at the beginning. Yeah, but
Yeah, but let's
you have to apply for trademark.
There's
You
zero brand recognition to the XYCPY names.
Right, and
it's not about brand recognition. It's about putting whatever you can out there, which is what we tackle with a lot in Amazon. We have
Yes, I think where it matters is the people that are doing these XYZ9 whatever brands, they also don't care if their account gets suspended. Not that they don't care, but like if their account gets suspended, they throw another one up the next day. Like, there's no thought towards getting this product in Walmart stores. There's no thought towards getting it on the Good Morning Show. Like, none of that traditional marketing or brick and mortar stuff matters at all to them. And then the question comes, should it matter to you? Like, should you position your brand that way from the beginning? So I think you should, because, and I feel like I'm about to start rambling here. This topic is a difficult one for me.
again, like what you're always saying about start your like email list even before launch, start your TikTok.
Yeah, but if
I am saying like on TikTok or in my email list something like XYZ.
But you could change your TikTok and social media handles like every 30
I
days.
understand.
You could change your storefront seller name on Amazon every 90.
Not brand name.
Right, but your brand name, the reason I say to go out and start your email newsletter before before you even know what your brand of your product is, all I say is that you should know your category. So using, again, you're still open to talking about your stuff? Yeah. So Ramon's all sevens. It's in board games, right? So like, let's say, and you're down with the specific niche within game? Okay, canasta. So he knows he's going to go into canasta, but let's back up. Let's say he was going to get into board games, but he wasn't sure that he was going to make a play on canasta. I got to get a high five on camera too. Look, you got to wave and say, what's up? You got to go like, what's up? Yeah. So, anybody can guess whose son that is by looks? No DNA test required there. Carbon coffee.
It's white, that's all.
So all I say is that, like, so he knows I'm gonna get into board games. I'm not sure if it's canasta, I'm not sure if it's rummy, whatever. It's safe to know the category, start a newsletter on that, of the category, and name it something that's for the category. I don't think there's a lot of advantages in naming your newsletter your brand name, with some exception. Like, so that's why I say that.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah, because like.
But just give yourself, like, just tell yourself that by this time next week, the brand name has been solved. Like, say, by end of day Wednesday, you have your brand name.
Yeah, I have 2 names, and like we discussed it on Monday, I'll make a decision and they will apply. So.
But isn't the most important thing with a brand name, outside of everything that you just said, was you gotta get the .com. Like, if you don't get the
Yeah,
.com, you
it's
even
true.
want it.
Yeah, you got to get the .com. If we're talking about Amazon, the trademark name, the exact same way,
Yeah.
should be available. My extra rules are, if you're in Arkansas and you're in an auditorium and you're walking out of the auditorium and someone says, "What's your brand name again?" and you yell it across in Arkansas, the way it's phonetically pronounced should just as easily be able to be spelled. That usually means, like, one of my first brands was a cigar brand called Dos Caballos Cigars. I can't tell you how many times somebody called because they purchased from Dos Caballos Cigars. Like, is this Dos Caballos? You know what I mean? Like, nobody could pronounce that. Nobody could spell it. It was horrible. So someone from Arkansas needs to be able to hear your name and then spell it. So avoid double letters. Understand most people can't spell. Like, those are things I would add on, and if it checks all of that, you're good. Still to this day, one of the best things I've found to generate brand names, I have the deck still. Did you give me that deck? Silicone Startups? Oh, you know who gifted me that? Do you remember? He was like member 2 of the group. I need to reach out to him. He's like an MC. He's always MCing. Like, oh my God. Wow. I don't think we've spoke since COVID. Okay, but he gifted me this deck. It's called Silicon Valley Startups. I think I have it on my bookshelf. I'm pointing to this wall because on the other side of the wall there's a bookshelf. And in it, it's a really cool game for entrepreneurs, and you go through these tests, but one of them is, tell me a type of reptile.
Iguana.
Right.
It's
So
time-
then
time.
what I see on my card is fuzzy plus whatever you say. So fuzzy iguana, that is memorable. Like, forget it. Like, fuzzy iguana is memorable. Now, do you want fuzzy iguana in your organic cornflakes for your brand? No. But like fuzzy iguana, I would have never thought of that name.
Fuzzy Iguana socks. We definitely-
Fuzzy iguana socks would totally do it, like fuzzy iguana. Throughout Silicon Valley Startups card game that you play, not only are you going to have fun and want to play it a whole bunch of times, there's a bunch of exercises within the game that part of your startup right there means you need to get a brand name. So I would check that out. If I have it in there and you want to take it, I'll loan you the deck. But I always said lizard. So it was like fuzzy lizard, and then I ran over to see if the .com was available, and it was. Yeah, fuzzy lizard. I was thinking it was more like an adult novelty, right? So end of day Wednesday, you've decided on a brand name.
Yeah. Actually, like the issue was just every like pretty short word that I sent to them, they declined it. They saying you need at least 10 characters, and so I don't know. Maybe it's
10 what?
10 like symbols in the word, at least 10. So They're saying like I can be wrong, but they said 16 million applications a year for trademark. Corporate says though it's almost impossible to find something like beautiful and short right now. This is what they said. Like,
I find it easier to start with the .com because even if you spend time thinking of a name, so you want to have it as a .com. I'm not ready to settle for .io or anything. So start with, it's like, huh? Yeah, so I mean, get like a GoDaddy or whatever simple for you to search for domain availability and start there.
Also, ChatGPT agents.
Yeah,
Just like,
using everything.
well, like, no, when you tell ChatGPT, it's an agent, go domains, whatever. It's like, hey, always search if they have a domain, and then it tells you yes or no, like that.
Yeah, but the issue is when you search on USPTO or even like Trademarkia. Yeah. Or even with like AI agents, they usually check for exact match. But those companies who help with trademark registration, they do clearance. I think they have some software for that. They have like similar wording or similar sense.
Yeah.
This is how they decline it. Because yeah, I know that there is a domain available. There is no. I'm pretty sure that there is no exact match. But how it was with Zen Fast, they declined because there is a Zen Rush in the same category, 30 plus 30, and they said
There's
that
a Zen what?
Zen Rush.
Rush.
Zen Fast and Zen Rush, and they said 80% of it will be declined.
80%?
80% that
Yeah.
USPTO will decline.
When I've,
Like phonetical and like
well, in that case, rush and fast are also confusingly.
this is what they say.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. Two-word domains that are highly relevant and logical to your category.
It's not easy.
Yeah, like for example, one of the categories. I guess for the record, I'm not suggesting anyone should get in this category, but one of the categories I've recommended, I used to recommend for years for people to get into, was bonsai, and bonsai accessories and stuff like that. Yes. So there's you can come up with plays on something. So I like addicted to and hooked on, and add that onto almost anything. So I did one for bonsai, and I think what you're doing is you're saying, okay, what does the extreme of mean for something, and how can you tap into some emotion there? So if you have a baking product, or if you're going to launch a brand of organic flowers, addicted to baking. Is hooked on baking available? Is addicted to baking available? What is the thing?
I see.
Like, so what? You're never going to forget that name. It makes for a cool acronym. I'm just saying what I would do if it was me. So that's, if I'm going to give advice to people, I would say do that. So I would get those terms. You don't have to use those terms, but get those terms and then ask AI and say, hey, these terms right here, how can I? What are other phrases like this? And then just drop your product or your end result on the end of it, and you have something extremely memorable.
It should be like
Addicted to Kit Kats?
kitty cats.
Addicted to kitty cats. No, but like, you think about it. If you saw somebody that was that had that, it's a very memorable name. It's good branding.
Let me tell you a story. My 10-year-old daughter.
Somebody throw on the mic, please.
My 10-year-old daughter who's right there. She has decided that she wants to be an entrepreneur. She's
got to start coming. You got to attend.
At the moment that your kids say they want to be entrepreneurs and they want to make their own business, you don't think about it twice. You say, "I'm jumping. Tell me how high I have to jump." So she wants to do something that she can sell, that is small, that she can have a Shopify account for,
Just now.
that she can do ads for. Of course, I'm gonna help her with all of that. So we thought of magnets, those magnets that you stamp and you put in the fridge with pictures. So pretty short investment. Like you don't really need that much money to get started with. I already bought her the equipment, waiting for it to get here, and she's gonna start. But then, talking about names, what's a memorable name? It took us a while to come up with something because as a 10-year-old girl, she wants cutesy names, and that doesn't necessarily work for everything. So we ended up with fridgemoments.com.
Fridge moments.
Fridgemoments.com.
That's great.
Good.
That works, right? Fridgemoments.com. So if she's starting a business,
Was
we're
it
gonna-
was it like a cheap available domain, or was it a
yeah,
premium domain?
zero. Fridgemoments.com. And now we're gonna start selling.
Refrigeratormoments.com was probably gone.
No, that's way too long. Fridgemoments.com.
No, I agree. I like fridge moments, but I'm saying, do you grab if refrigeratormoments.com is available?
Do I grab it too? You mean? I don't know.
Assuming it's not a premium domain, because I'm always thinking if your thing does good and all of a sudden somebody wants to shortstop you, you might as well cut everything, like create a moat.
I haven't thought about that yet. But yeah, we're just starting out. I'm gonna set up a Shopify
like
site for
that.
her, and she's gonna start making her own little fridge magnets, picture magnets, and sell online. Let's see how it goes. 10-year-old, you gotta start them young, man.
Let me know when it's available. I'll buy. We should all buy one. We all buy a magnet when she launches.
When she launches, let us know.
Yeah. And then one of us anonymous bad review just to see how she. We got to test her customer service. No, we got trial by fire.
She's right there.
No, I'm not. Leave like a Yelp review. Cheap magnet. We'll see where she gets her customer service from, and as soon as that happens. No, all right. Bueno, Alfie, bro, good to see you. It's an OG member from the back. Haven't seen him in a while, but glad you're back. What else? What else we got? Chris, you look stressed, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Normally you have an ear-to-ear smile.
I'm pretty good.
Okay.
I feel good.
Good. I love where your brand's at right now. That thing's gonna sell nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'd be trying to rally everybody to buy, but I know right now it's like an undercover operation. I have whenever you're ready to let it come out, I'll put something out there like a WE gift. I'll reimburse X amount for whoever buys. So get a nice launch going on in there. But I think it's going to do really good. I'm excited. So I guess the big timing of it, if I'm looking at it, it's going to be about 2 weeks. You're going to see some Vine action this week.
Probably next. Yeah.
Two weeks.
This upcoming week. Yeah.
Ads start firing off, and then in 3 weeks you start creating courses on how to sell private label on Amazon. That's how it works. So,
Never know.
3 weeks. By week 5, you'll create your own meetup, and
I'll be like Jeff Bezos. I'll have a rocket ship.
yeah, no, you got to. Now that's what happens. That's what success means. You got to start a space company. Let's see who's got here. Kim D's asking if there will be a makeup session for yes, 100%. There will be a makeup session. It should be announced next week, and it'll be for next month because our meetup events for this month are already announced. But there will be 100% be a makeup session for last week. And for those of you that don't know, for those of you that reached out, thank you very much. But what happened is last week, normally I get home at a decent time, like 9. Racheli from the team and I, we went to, actually it was really good. For those of you part of the Entrepreneur Breakfast, we had a guest, Cade from Viral View, who came in. And Racheli and I went to go support him in Fort Lauderdale, which wound up being Club Iguana, or what is it, what is it?
That one? That's where it was?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and the host got the whole place, so if anyone wanted a witness of me in Club Iguana, which is not for a very long time, that would have been it. But we went. By the time we get back from the Bright Line and everything, obviously I needed to check on 1 or 2 emails. That turns into 1:30 in the morning. I leave, I get back here around 7:30, and whole, like about a nickel, just straight through, base of the tank. Yep, emptied out all the way up to halfway into the hallway. Everything. The tank's not even there anymore. I don't know if you noticed when you got it. Yeah. It was flooded. As soon as I put the message out there, Ramon got on his bike, came over here. That's friends. You know he got here quick. First one to help me. No, he actually sent me a message and said that he was going to go watch Pocahontas 2 in Cine Bistro. And
I'm sorry to hear that, Carlos. Take care.
for the record, friends matter. And then after the movie, he checked him in immediately for me to make sure if I needed anything. Right. No, but a lot of you guys sent me awesome messages and offered to come by and help. At that point, I think once I got past the panic of whatever equipment was gone, there was nothing we could like dry out salt water on. The floor looks, the wood floor, we're taking it day by day. It looks like I'll probably have to rip up the beginning of the floor. We had some people coming in with water sucker vacuums and steamer and all kind of stuff a few different times doing that. And yeah, Beto, who I think will be here in a little bit. Beto came. Eddie from the group, you guys know Eddie, the owner of Slinky Stove? Clutch. The guy's amazing. Yeah, the guy's clutch. The guy tapped into all his contacts from like the real estate days and all kind of stuff, and had like an army of people ready to come down here. But we got it taken care of, and quickly we're back up. We didn't even miss a day of work during the week. We were here Monday, but I needed to cancel. I was actually going to run the event when I thought it was just the front room. But when I saw the front room, I'm like, oh man. And then my wife's like, let's grab some water. She gets here and she opened the recording room. And that's when we realized that it had come all through here and into the hallway. And I was like, yeah, no, this is bad. So I think that's the third time in 13 years of this group that we've canceled an event. So yes, that was the topic, why you should hire an Amazon VA. And you know, I'm gonna try to time it with Ramon, try to time it with you to do that topic, because I suspect by that point, not that you're anti-VA at all, but you're anti-paying VAs. It's totally different. But you're you're not anti-VA, but you're also, I feel now, like OpenClaw can do a lot. Right, and we're not in total agreement on that. But it would be good to have you there so people could get the human and AI side of that.
I'm gonna start working on my PPC agents next week. So
I can't wait.
It's gonna be a fun conversation with you.
What are you thinking, like, what's like your general map of these agents?
What can it do,
Hold
or
on,
what can it not do?
Chris, can you throw a mic up this way? So, because they're about to go at it.
You gotta put some more arm into that, brother. What are you thinking for the PPC agents? Like, what's your general plan? Obviously, it's gonna run PPC, but like negative, like taking out negative keywords. Like,
The question is not what it can do, it's what it cannot do. It can do basically everything. I got one.
Okay.
It can do basically everything that you can do in a computer. So what can it not do? If there is no API and you need to use a user interface to be able to communicate, it's a little bit flaky, right? It's not the fastest nor the best having to use an UI, but API anything, it's so much faster.
so you gotta do like OpenClaw, like in 8N. Like, how are you gonna?
Think about every single thing that you need in a business, in an e-com business. It's not even top of the line, like pushing OpenClaw to the limit. It's literally just algorithmic decisions most of the time. So you can do everything. You can do
Which software are you gonna use to do these agents with?
No, that's not
software?
Yeah.
So for any sort of model like this, you need three things. Number one, your data. What data are you going to fit into it? What is the things that you're going to be able to process? Number two, the LLM. Which one are you going to use? Are you going to use Claude? Are you going to use OpenAI? Are you going to use whatever?
Which one are you gonna use?
Me?
Yeah.
Claude. Claude is better.
Okay.
Number three would be your intent. You need to be able to give it a prompt with intent. This is what I'm trying to achieve. These are my constraints. These are the things the output that I want. And number four is an executor, like OpenClaw. And that's it. Those four things. Anything a VA can do, not everything, but almost everything you'll be able to do with a machine.
At this point. By the way, I'm changing from ChatGPT to Gemini. After you said how. Tell me a little bit of experience. It's an overwhelming process for me. By the way.
Like, so give me a lot of inspiration.
Let me circle back to that, because let me know when you're ready to like present. Like, I've been following along and trying to get your notes on it, and in the e-com space, you seem to be the most generous with like sharing what you're working on. I'm not anti-AI, but when Ramon and I go at it, the appearance is that I'm anti-AI, but I don't believe that, like, those are strong statements. It's saying anything that anyone you have on your team right now as a virtual assistant can be done with OpenAI. I would call that an extreme statement. I believe it's going to be somewhere in the middle, and I have a whole bunch of like other reasons why that's the case. And I think it's possible that you wind up keeping the same amount of people, but you're doing now, you're almost, that team you have would have gotten you to high 7 figures, low 8 figures, could probably now get you, assuming your business is capable of that and you have a lot of other things, in 9. So you could do a lot more. It's kind of like where I'm thinking, but it would be cool to.
So let's think about the example of PPC, for example. PPC is a whole bunch of algorithmic decisions. If this number says this, then you do this. But if it says that, you do this. 85% of it is that. Where do you need a decision maker or an LLM? That is for maybe semantic understanding of a keyword, whether it is relevant to you or not, or trend analysis of a database of yours. Like, where are the numbers going? Where should you spend the most on versus not? Those two things, an LLM would be way faster at doing it than a person. Way faster. So in that scenario, am I gonna drop my PPC manager? I'm not. But my PPC manager is no longer going to be doing semantic understanding of keywords. Why? Does not make any sense. Let the LLM tell you these keywords you should target and these keywords you shouldn't. That's it. Let the LLM tell you data shows that these are the keywords I should be spending on next week versus these keywords.
It seems
That's
to
it.
be. It seems. Alfie's about to ask a
The
question.
rest is algorithm.
I agree. A lot of it's out. There is a lot of stuff that can go off, but using that example, based on the numbers X, and the example I'd like to give that's a very elementary example is, your ads have gone in X direction now. They're not doing as good as they were. We need to bid more, or based on some other thing based on the data that's coming from there. But in reality, it's a lightning deal that your competitor ran, or it's a lot of other things.
Precisely.
Right.
Right. So what do you normally have now? You have a VA that will go and look at what lightning deals you have coming up, or will look at what your competitors are doing. Maybe a price went down. And are your VAs that good that they do that for every single product and every single keyword? I'm gonna call bull on that. The reality is they often mail it in. A computer doesn't mail it in. You tell it, hey, these are my upcoming lightning deals. This is what I need you to do. Hey, these are my direct competitors. I want you to have data on them so that when I tell you to run PPC, you know exactly what's happening. All of that is programmed in. It's algorithmic. It's not even an LLM.
Alfie, can you throw on the mic?
Since we're at that topic of OpenClaw, I think February was OpenClaw month for me. I was dreaming that. The robot would do things that I didn't ask it. Like
Here I was hoping he was going to get in there and be an anti-claw
Nope.
guy, but
Nope.
No, definitely. But I was
dreams.
I was so sure that that's it. This is the end of the VAs. Media buyer, this is your last 30 days. Like, guys, I'm about to fire all of you. That was like beginning of February. And then as we went, setup was terrible, right? The setup is well known to be hard. We went over that. Everything's working, everything's clicking, but sometimes it's not. Like, alone by itself, it won't work. And that's when I agree with Carlos a bit, is that it will make that VA or that media buyer way stronger. But he also needs to learn that. So you'd probably have to educate all of them on the way to work with the bot. That would be, that combo would be amazing. A human and an AI, obviously.
100%. My point is that, it's like, do you have your media buyer understand how every single decision works in the whole spectrum of work that they have to do? Or do you have them
And
understand?
then on a good day they got it, but maybe they don't have good days
Yeah.
every day. So
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. And they take vacation off, and they don't work on weekends, and they and you
They
know
have
one day
holidays.
their girlfriend is mad at them, and they're not really paying attention because their girlfriend is like
So you just want to fire up
how?
tools.
We'll turn the camera so your
Well, so what did you
interpretation-
launch? What do you have? If you didn't launch PPC, being an Amazon seller, what did you launch? What's working well for you on OpenClaw? So far.
I've literally I've gone through a lot of things. I currently have about 44 different jobs that the OpenClaw is doing for me related to e-commerce. The vast
Wow.
majority of it is foundational. I wouldn't say that my revenue has increased because
Mm-hmm.
of it, but I'm doing so many things that did not fit in my plate, that I did not have an employee to do, that are things that would be great for my business.
Sure.
That all of a sudden it's taken care of.
So you are using OpenClaw.
Huh?
You are using OpenClaw.
Yeah, I'm definitely using it. Yeah, yeah. I've been
I
using
think,
it for a while.
I think, and you have any more on that or no?
No?
Like
I
for
think-
example, something that I always thought I really should be doing this. PR.
Is he running your Google ads? Like something,
So-
is he managing your money?
So no, not yet. But I'm gonna start with PPC next week.
Uh-huh.
PPC, Amazon.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I'm gonna start PPC next week. I know how PPC works, but again, what do you have to do? Prepare a playbook.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I want you to run it, and
If then,
right, exactly. Up till you get there, you're gonna use an LLM only for this section, not for all of this. All of this is algorithmically determined. This section, you use an LLM, put it all together, tell me what to bid on and how to adjust bids. That's it. What to negate, what not, based on the instructions that I give it. And that computer will never get it wrong. Ever get it wrong. Unlike with employees, unfortunately they're human. We're all human. I get things wrong all the time. A computer will not. If you
What
do
was
it right.
that? What was that last part?
I get things wrong all the time. What did you say?
Not about this though.
But what happened to Amazon?
What about it?
Like, right now, the crash that they had, like, they fired a bunch of engineers and,
Yeah.
like, be careful.
They fired the engineers and then the crash, or they fired the engineers because of the crash?
No, like, for engineers, there were some engineers, and the system crashed, the LLM rewrote a bunch of code, and then like, it crashed, and the guy said you would have this fixed, you fire them, so the ones that stay have to not implement it, and now, and any new code that the LLM has to develop, the head engineers have to sign off.
Yeah. I think to kind of tie this back into your question now, so staying in the AI, I think everyone is going to be using some form of OpenClaw.
agents.
Yeah, that's.
Agent,
I think
yeah.
that's inevitable. I'm not sold on it being this OpenClaw, but they seem to have like blew the lid off of it, and now.
Look at the question. That's
Yeah,
a great question.
yeah. So like, that's gonna happen. I had been sharing with you guys, I think since Q3-ish, late Q3 of last year, we were using every new AI that came out to try different things, and it didn't. To be honest, I mean, we could write better titles. We could. I mean, there was some cool areas, but nothing like game changing in the business. And then one day, after me spending 3 hours on Sora, and I know I'm not a video person, I realized that I was like, man, the feeling I have messing around with video AI stuff is the same one I had with Call of Duty on my PlayStation. And I was like, I threw away the PlayStation because I know I don't have so I was like, what is the AI that I should be using based on what I'm really good at and I do in the business? So then I went around and then I was like, okay, you're not allowed, like, because it was just a green light. It was like, you want this AI, just let me know. I want to give you all the AIs you need. But we don't have that many different video people, and everyone had video AI stuff. And then when I looked at the output, it was the person that knew video, armed with the AI for video, put out some avatar-like stuff. And everybody else was able to go from, I create garbage to I create mediocre stuff. And I was like, that doesn't do good for the business. So that was the first one for me, and then I was like, okay, you don't get to use any AI in the company unless it's something that enhances what you already do and you're already really good at. And then the final one, to Rafa's point, before we get to Brian, by the way, that's Brian in the chat, is in my opinion, at that time and still currently, for what we do, Gemini thrashes ChatGPT for us. I mean, like, not even close. Am I gonna say it's a better AI? I think it just depends on what you're doing. For us though, since we're at like a really high level with like Google Workspace, just period, across our business, Gemini's in everything.
Right.
And so for us, Gemini was a no-brainer. We're kind of already paying for it, and we're paying a few $1,000s a month for Chat GPT and all this other jazz. So to ask you, like, what was it like? It was like a sugar detox for the first week. It was really weird how much of a withdrawal I felt I had cutting something that was so new to my life. Because, I mean, it hasn't been around forever. And since then, productivity, money, everything has gone in the right direction. We're using Gemini for almost everything.
So you,
It has Nano Banana, which is a huge plus.
As what?
Nano Banana. Yeah, I mean, it has anti-gravity. It has
The huge suite of things.
yeah, we have a Pomeli. I mean, everything. It's got everything.
Any downsides to it, from ChatGPT to this?
I think it was easier to find GPTs or powerful out-the-box GPTs than it was to start your own gem, even though they make the gem starting process good. And then there's a real like superpower move when it comes to.
That's a downside, not being able to find GPTs.
No, finding GPTs is pretty easy, like on the OpenAI.
On Gemini.
But the equivalent on Gemini is gems. They call them gems.
Yeah.
And they make you starting your own gem very easy. But you do need to sort of build it and tweak it and modify it and all that stuff there. There's a superpower though, I think, within that Gemini AI space that involves connecting Notebook LM with your gem. And it's not so obvious at first. But like, I'll give you one keeping relevant to like the example here of the meetup. So from now on, after every meetup, it takes about 24 hours, it's such a long stream, we're gonna get a transcript of everything that we talked about here. And it's gonna be pasted into a doc, and that doc's gonna go on forever, and that doc is gonna be a source within Notebook LM, and Notebook LM will be a source within a gem that will allow us to, for future meetup creations, stay relevant and incorporate what's really going on. We've never been able to do that.
But what's the context window? How far it will let you? Are you gonna break it into different gems?
No. I'm sorry, will it break?
So yeah, like there's a lot of. We're gonna be sitting here talking for 3 hours every week. That repeats. So imagine how much context. each of
It
these-
calculated for, there's an exact number where you could see that window, but it broke down for me that it would be close to 50 years of meetups
Really?
at that rate.
Then-
Right, and assuming that window is gonna get bigger as time goes on,
As,
right?
Yeah, as they grow.
And then there's a limitation on the amount of sources you can add within Notebook LM, but if I added each video, then I'd be limited to 250 videos. But if I have the transcript in a single doc, then, it's as close to infinite as I need. Yeah, so like, look into the Notebook LM gem side, and it's just, Jesus.
And as far as your question about Amazon, man, Amazon is huge. They're not allowed, they do not allow themselves to just say, we're going to trust everything an LLM says as gospel. Like, they have to get human sign off on everything because they're big. However, us tiny companies, we go fast and break things. And along the way, we're gonna take much, much more advantage than a huge company like Amazon. That's the way you gotta think about it.
So Brian has some good questions. I guess his YouTube handle's Equity Facts, but what do you think? I guess this is more of a question for Ramon and Alfie, but what do you think of Claude Computer on the Pro plan instead of OpenClaw? What do you think of Perplexity Computer on the Pro plan instead of OpenClaw? And what do you think of Perplexity Computer on the Pro plan? Oh, same one. Yeah.
So Claude Desktop or Claude Cowork is great. It's fantastic. The biggest problem with it is memory. Like if you start you have to maintain your memory yourself, and you have to make sure that your bot understands the context of things that you have done in the past, and there's a lot of maintenance on your side. OpenClaw solves that by itself, right? If you have a good memory system, OpenClaw will just do it. So OpenClaw will do that for itself. Like I can go to my OpenClaw today and say like, hey, yesterday we're talking about this. Let's continue working on that, and it'll have full context of the whole conversation, and it'll pull it right up. I can't do that in Cloud Cowork, right? That's one of the main differences. You can still schedule in Cloud Cowork, which is great, but what I like about it is being able to maintain memory across multiple days and have roadmaps and have a lot of different things that allow me to go back to tasks a lot easier. Another thing that I like about OpenClaw is that I'm open source. I like Claude. If Claude is no longer the best, I can jump into OpenAI. I can jump into whatever else. I can jump into my own internal LLM in a computer that I may want. I can do all those things. If I am in Cloud Cowork, I cannot do that. Same thing with the Perplexity Computer. It seems like it's a fantastic new option. I love competition. I love the fact that, hey, this is the first real competitor of OpenClaw. What's the biggest problem there? You're stuck with Perplexity. You cannot pick another LLM. So you like Perplexity, it works great, fantastic. But the moment you build the whole infrastructure around one LLM, you're stuck there, right? I with my OpenClaw system, I can get every single file that I have created, and 6 months from now, OpenClaw is garbage and there's something better, I'll bring everything up with me and I take it to the next thing. And it doesn't matter what LLM I use. So those are some of the benefits.
So you use OpenClaw and Claude.
So OpenClaw is the executor. It executes the things that I tell it to do, and Claude is the LLM that powers the ability. So you need the data, you need your intent, and you need the LLM. All of that fed into something that executes your command. And OpenClaw just executes. That's all it does.
OpenClaw is amazing when it runs on Claude. When the brain, when the model you choose is Opus. But have you tried something lower? It becomes like it doesn't work in steps. It only works like almost like a chat. It doesn't think further like Opus.
When you mix it with like, I don't know, ChatGPT or whatever.
Yeah, if you use a model that is cheaper, if you want to save on tokens. I was experimenting in the beginning of the month, jumping from model to see how OpenClaw operates with Minimax. Have you tried Minimax?
I have not.
Huge context window, but not as smart, not as witty, not as creative, and not as I've noticed that Opus has this like it wants to help you. It's like proactive.
As far as that question,
Minimax.
Yeah, Hostinger is probably one of the most well-known ones. Could you start at $8.99 per month? Yeah, absolutely. Is it a good option? Yes. Here's my only concern with that. Number one, you better know how to deal with security. It's a lot harder to maintain security when you're in a VPS versus when you're in a local computer in your house. And number two, if you're planning on doing any scraping, any browser scraping, not API scraping. I know this API, whatever you call it, that you pay to scrape websites. If you use that, fantastic. If you want to use browser scraping, which OpenClaw inherently works really well at doing that, where you don't have to pay anybody to scrape anything. The problem is, if you're on a VPS, almost every big website out there that you might want to scrape, such as Reddit or Facebook or Twitter or X, etc., they're gonna recognize you as a bot, and you're not gonna get anywhere. Whereas if you're in a local computer like a Mac Mini, you're gonna be able to do plenty of scraping before they catch you.
So Ramon, you bought a Mac Mini and you're using that with OpenClaw?
Yeah.
What if the AI black box when you saw like the whole? You ever thought of that?
No, you know what I think about? I actually don't think of, I've with a lot of how fast this stuff's moving, I've kind of just it's a very weird feeling for me just as a business owner is I've decided the power move for me is to sit back
And let it come to you.
and let it come to me and like let everybody duke it out. Yeah.
See, so here's my concern with that.
I agree.
You pull back. You will pull back. And what is it that you pull back on? Not necessarily on the systems that some other people created that you could take over and work on yourself, but the fact that somewhere along the way, I really learned how to communicate with LLMs to understand how much context to give it, what to hold back, what to fight back on and tell it this is not good enough. All of that, the inherent understanding that you get out of working through all these systems and being able to know how to prompt correctly, how much context to provide, that is super important. It's a big part of this. The moment that you buy somebody else's system and you go like, hey, I'm just gonna use this, it's like buying a SaaS. Maybe you don't pay anything
That's
for
a good
system
point.
that you buy, but you don't learn.
That's a good point. So I've got, let me clarify what I mean. It's that, for example, Ramon, use Ramon as a sample. I pick on him a little bit for those of you that don't know, he's my best friend, he's the godfather of my son. But Ramon, I remember Ramon when he started wholesale, right? And even then, he would see something and he'd be like, oh my God, all the prices for this supplier, I might get a little bit of this story wrong, but oh my God, all the prices of this supplier are showing up on a website and I gotta go through all this. Why don't I just have somebody code a program to do this? So that's not how the normal person thinks about stuff. So your mind finds things like that very easy. The majority of people are like, a zap, I gotta set up a zap and Zapier and like things start melting, right? So like I'm closer to, oh my God, I gotta set up a zap, my mind starts melting, or Excel popped open. I'm closer to that one than you are on your spectrum, because like you're just brilliant at that stuff. What I mean by sitting back and letting the dust settle is, now moving away from you, is I know it's gonna be important. We're messing with it. At this stage, if I was to I'm messing around with it personally, but I can't bring it into, say, the agency side of things, because I would never risk client stuff on something so unsecure, all over the place.
I'll show you my numbers once I switch.
No, I'm not. But the thing is, I'm not against it. I would never take a risk like that, but what I would do is once I see what works and what's secure, I'll hire it. I'll 100%. I think it will be a required role in companies at some point. And then like other things, like there's some stuff within the company, like what I make sure that I learn and dive in, kind of like you're diving on this, is things that revolve around strategy or outside of the box marketing techniques. Like that's my area. There's some areas in the company that's not my thing, but I'm like, I want to learn a little bit about this because people are doing it. And I've gotten to a point now where there's other areas in the company that we bring somebody in and I'm just like, let me just arm the heck out of this person. Like I have no desire to go learn how to do X thing that's within our company. So for me, that, like for you, getting in there and building all that stuff and how you describe it is like Call of Duty. For me, that's like, I have been found unworthy at the Golden Gates and they have put me in purgatory, you know what I mean? Like it's bad. So like that's what I mean. I don't mean sit back and it's like it's gonna go away, but I mean sit back and figure out like, okay, what's the one that I can responsibly use in my systems? And in the meantime, I'm very pro AI. Like if we use it a lot, like if we could, I mean, I can't, okay, so if we could use AI more effectively, not more effectively, in a responsible way in the ad side of things, I would be all over that. What becomes a concern is at the rate that it's moving, I think everyone's going to have access easily to those parameters that you just sent. What happens then? What happens when everyone, we're gonna be in a much, much, much worse scenario as far as how expensive things will get, how jammed things are gonna be, how stalled everything's gonna be. So for me now, me sitting back is not like, I'm gonna twiddle my thumbs. It's like, that is gonna be a nasty, you know, mutual destruction scenario. What are the scenarios where there's still massive wins? Because it's gonna need to happen. We're gonna need to fight there. but it's no longer going to be where we can think of, this is where 80% of our business profits come from.
So
What are those other areas? That's what I'm focusing on now while everybody's like killing each other.
And the way that I see it is in a scenario where everybody's really good at PPC.
No,
Right.
people are going to be worse at PPC, but you're not going to need to be. You're just going to need
I'm
to
saying
have.
what I mean by everyone, I mean like businesses will be better. Every business will be good at PPC even if they don't know how PPC runs because of AI. In that scenario, I would much rather just be first there.
Do you remember Alfie? Were you back? Who? Do you remember Alfie from back in the day or no? Or you guys might have missed each other.
Maybe.
All right. So you'd rather be first, and I think it's a window on being first, and it's going to be a really nice window. But for me, it's no different than when you used to be able to buy a product on Amazon and get a bunch of people to review it, as long as they put a disclaimer and said, I bought this product for free in exchange for an unbiased review. Great ride, 18 months, got some 7-8 figure businesses out of it. Like, people did good. Done. When the hammer dropped, you had a bunch of people with like 50 containers on the water that don't even know how to launch. You know, so like, there's a window, take it, and you're not one of those people, there's a window. I don't like spending a lot of resources on fidget spinner windows. So like, this is gonna go down.
I don't see it as fidget spinner window.
That's an
I see
extreme.
it as social media is only getting harder. Everybody has to level up the way that they create content. The new base is higher today than it was 3 years ago. We got to get to that new base, and AI just makes that base higher. So the faster you get to that new base, the faster you are successful. That's how I see it.
It's definitely gonna be interesting.
Did you use any tools to migrate from ChatGPT to Gemini?
I'll repeat the question since you. Did I use any tools to migrate from ChatGPT to Gemini? Yes, I used Gemini. I got my Gemini, we went into everything we had built, all of our saved chats, all of our group chat teams, we had everything. And I went in there and I said, hey, look, I'm migrating over, like, what do I need to do? It showed me how to download everything responsibly, where to put it, how to keep it organized. So I used Gemini to show me how to do it, and then I confirmed it on ChatGPT, and I said, hey, Chat, it's not gonna tell you I'm not helping you.
Yeah.
I asked ChatGPT too, and I was like, hey, look, we decided to bring everything over to Gemini. I need to do this in a responsible way, how to do it, and I just validated that it worked, and it was seamless. Yeah, seamless.
That's a great conversation. I was
Yeah.
listening on the way. I'm like, dude, that's cool.
Yeah, it was seamless. I had Gemini help me with that, and ChatGPT confirm it.
Okay.
Yeah, no other tools have been necessary. Now, you use Google Suite. Oh, just prepare to be like, everything's just, you no longer want to use Zoom or anything like that. You want to use like Google Meet. Google Meet. And you get notes, you get your audio, you get your file.
I don't use Google LM.
Huh?
I don't use Google LM. That's what I use.
LM.
Notebook LM.
Nope. Notebook LM will be the thing that I'm probably lagging on the most within that, because it's not so obvious as to when you should use Notebook LM, when you should just have a chat right there with Gemini, and when it should be a gem. And
How do you use it?
I create a notebook for everything. So create a notebook immediately for your brand story, your brand strategy, and dump everything in that notebook that's related to that. Create something else that's for your ad reports, like
Can you
maybe.
elaborate a little more on that?
Huh?
If you don't mind, can you elaborate a little more on it? When you say create a notebook for it, what do you like? You're adding all the info just to have it there, let's see.
Let me see. I mean, I don't mind showing you guys what. Let me see. I mean, again, like, we made the full transition less than 90 days ago, was it? So like a month, yeah. So let's see.
You get it with Google Suite, right?
Yeah. But like, we created one for the newsletter. Hey, brand identity.
It's like a pillar, basically.
It's like a what?
Like a pillar, like that's like
It's like if you, I've never been able to give it a name that made better sense than the name they gave it. It's a notebook. And it's a notebook. If you put everything in the notebook, it's really not a notebook, it's a drawer. But if you have a notebook and you're putting all the things that are respective to that notebook that you would have, you now have a resource.
So Gemini extracts from this.
No, what happens is you can go into Gemini.
Is it an SOP, kind of?
You could have your SOPs in there, yes. Yeah, you absolutely could. But you'd go into your Gemini and say, let's put new chat, my stuff, let's put a gem. Well, like here's a gem that I probably use a lot that just seems stupid. Teleprompter script editor. And what I did is we have our rough outline of stuff, and for me, I was just like, all the scripting I did, and I was like, this is ready to go. But then I needed to spend literally like an entire day formatting this thing to be able to be read nicely on a teleprompter that fit what I wanted to do. And the mindset that it took me to do that was a totally different mindset than it took me to actually get on camera and record. So it just like killed my creativity, and I blew a day. And instead I just went into this notebook and I was like, hey, here's a rough of what my scripts look like. Here's what it looks like after I've formatted it. And it could tell what I did, and it could tell the differences, the spaces, the little codes I use, all this different stuff. Now I can just drop all my rough scripts in there, and it's instant and it's perfect. Yeah, but like let's go into creating a new gem.
Gemini should be paying you right now.
All right. So the idea is whatever you want this gem to be about or to do, you can do, but where is this? Is it knowledge? Yeah. So within the creation of the gem, you can come in here and in the knowledge section of the gem, like the knowledge you want it to use, you just go in there and you can add as many notebooks as you want that knowledge to have. So sometimes if you want it to be an expert on something, to be an expert on X subject requires you to have 3 different sources of information. And then you can constantly feed it.
So instead of just uploading the files, which limits you at like 10 or 6,
Correct.
right? You load them all into the notebook.
I load them into the notebook.
And notebook allows you like almost an unlimited amount of docs inside.
Say again?
And it allows you to upload an unlimited amount of
It allows you to
files.
upload 250 sources, but let's just say you had 1,000 YouTube videos. It doesn't need the link to the video.
Yeah.
If you do the link to the video, then it's 250 links. But if you got the transcript of each one of them, you might even be able to put the 250 links on one Google Doc, and you upload one Google Doc that still counts as one source, not 250. So you can consolidate a lot of it. You can also get resource papers, studies, anything on a specific subject. One thing that I heard actually Ramon share, that I heard Ramon share and I wanted to test it this week, is had to do with around LinkedIn. So Ramon mentioned that he knew somebody who got a Facebook course, right? Got a Facebook course, didn't know anything about Facebook ads, fed it to OpenClaw, right? Fed it, I'm sure it's more than feed.
Created a playbook out of it, fed it to OpenClaw.
All using AI, fed it, and then had it take over or run
over
ads.
Run meta ads for it.
It did just as good or better.
It did so well that he went to the Facebook group of the course owner that he had purchased, and he said like, look how my ads are doing because of this course. This is great. The course owner went like, fantastic. I'm going to highlight you as what can happen if you take my course. So the guy goes to my friend, hey, can you tell us a little bit about the course? And the guy responds, I have no idea if the course is good or not. I didn't take it. I just fed it to my bot. And it's working well, therefore it must be good.
So I did 2 things. As I created 2 notebooks, I got 2 notebooks, and I fed it the course of an old LinkedIn course that I got, and another one which was a story course on stories, and how to use stories in your everyday conversation or in content and all this other stuff that I thought was really, really good. I fed it into notebooks, I created separate gems, And I was like, let me just test this and see what it knows, because this is information that I use all the time. Like, I'd say I'm the expert on this right now. It was very correct. Yeah, it was very correct. And then if you ask the same questions to it, absent those resources from the notebook, you got different answers that were not anywhere near as good, that I'd be like, oh, this isn't really valuable. This would be valuable if I knew nothing. So it seems to be something there.
So data, intent, and you need those three things, and then you got it.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna transition. Alex, what's up? Oh, Alex saying, what's up, Alfie?
Oh, what's up, man? When was the last time he was here?
He was here. Alex, when was the last time you were here?
Yeah, man, you gotta come by.
Yeah?
You gotta come by. We're gonna bring back the Moldovan squad.
It was like explosive information. Everybody's loving the AI topic. Like at the beginner hour, I got taken over by the AI topic. We're gonna transition into probably a much less sexy topic, it seems like. We're gonna do, but I mean, we can keep talking as we're doing this, but like it's listing teardowns. So some of you submitted listings. If you want to submit a listing for me to pull up live and we're just gonna tear it down or
How can we submit it?
roast it, send it to me to my email so I can pull it open. It'll be carlos@bluebirdmarketingsolutions.com. And I'll pull it open and do it. Did you send me any or no? No, I have a few. I already have a few which I'll pull open, but just send it to me. I'll roast it. If you're like, do not say who I am, I won't say who you are, but I'll just say it from a friend or asking for a friend, but we're gonna roast the listings. The idea of this, guys, it's gonna be brutal. It is gonna be brutal, and everybody's gonna get involved on the stream and here. If the listing is submitted, and it's on a Saturday afternoon, and you could be at Miami Beach or any, you don't want us to tell you how you're the best thing since peanut butter. Like this is the purpose of this, and the idea, with all the love in the world, is we're gonna light this thing on fire.
Ruin your day.
Right, yeah. I can say one person who actually took a lot of this information, has massively improved her listing, was Nikki, who submitted her listing a long time ago, and it was the dad gift set. And even though the listing's not like crushing it nowadays, but it looks so much better than what it was and has a better opportunity to do it. So we're good. Give me a second so that I can share my screen of the computer so everybody can get in on this. All right. And everybody on the stream, if you want to send me any of your listings, feel free to send it to me at carlos@bluebirdmarketingsolutions.com. La, 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 la. There we go.
their software to be used with everyone. So that's a fast way of losing your whole domain. Do not. OpenAI, yes, Claude, yes. Now, what do you do?
Let's get it.
All right. Here we go. You know, this is the most shopped on page on Amazon.
The homepage?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't remember, the stat was many, many years ago, but apparently it's over 50% of the buys happen on the homepage. Some just like ridiculously high percentage. Something like 50%, like it's massive. What makes me kind of question that stat though is they said the second most shopped on page is the coupons page. Has anyone here gone to the coupons page? Right. Like,
Come on.
but
Carlos, tell me if this is related. I think it makes sense that the home page sells a lot because in the brands that I do, maybe it's because the way I structured, maybe because it's the way I structured the store, but also our main, the home page is the most bringing sales.
I think it's possible when you figure how many pages Amazon actually has and what we're actually saying by the stat, what's the single greatest shopped on one, and there's so many pages that maybe this does equate to 50%, and most of what's here is picking up on something you were already interested in buying anyway. So it's not if it was a static page that never changed, then it would be like, wow.
How many watches do you need, man? Seriously.
Or look at the right deals related to items you've saved.
Yeah.
Kids, so it's okay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm just glad there's no NSFW.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what that is. Some of this I think is influenced by Vine, right? This, I tell you what that is. This is the printer here and our Cuban coffee addiction during the week. All right, here we go. Oh.
Nobody needs to know what it is.
Nobody needs to know.
No one knows what it is.
Nobody knows. All right. Let's start on a list. I'm gonna look for what seems to be a better listing. I'm gonna get a listing, and not start on a. But no, say it out loud. Say it out loud. That's what you got to do. This is what it's about. $44. What? You should be able to moonwalk in these things, right? You got to be like expert level salsa dancer. You wear these things, right? $44. Your baby should like float. It's a 4-pack. Are you sure? How do you know it's a 4-pack?
I honestly thought it was like a 2-pack.
Can I start? Do you mind if I say
No, let's.
Okay, since I love doing this thing.
Remember, we're roasting it, but if you see something good, it's okay to call out something good as well. But like, well, go ahead.
In a friendly way, I would say.
No, you don't have to. We've already qualified that. We don't have to say friendly anymore.
If we're talking about.
He's never going to come back after this.
I think I spoke to him also about it.
Yeah.
In this price point and the level that you're trying to sell the product, I think the first thing that you should do is a better name image with packaging. Because this would kind of give you authority to kind of raise your price or justify your price at first. And we all know, I think at this point, the main image is one of the most important things on the list. So maybe the product is great, maybe the quality is amazing, maybe all of that, but I don't see it in the main image. So if your competition has a crazy, stupid product, and your main image is less qualified to be the best one, I think people might click on there, especially that your price is high.
Yeah.
Is there any influencer or otherwise that would like to make commission?
No, but indirectly you're calling out something really good. There's no video.
Can you scroll through all of
There's no video. Nothing sells non-slip baby socks better than a baby
Yes.
doing the tequila walk on water, like a minefield of all different kinds of stuff, right? And with AI, there's no excuses.
We've always been called the bean of Legos.
Yes. Like a mind, can somebody get an AI, if somebody wants to, is decent with prompts, get on there and put baby going through toy and slippery tile floor, landmine, kitchen, living room. So I don't know, like try to come up with, I'm saying you're going to be able to come up with, it doesn't even have to be a real person in this case, it'd be AI. You might even be able to show the baby falling and then solved with baby shocks. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so,
There's an app right now called Photo Boom.
but what, Photo Boom?
Photo Boom. Literally, I saw an ad for someone who's trying to sell his sandals. You know what he did? He put it on the table, he took a picture of it, he put a prompt in the app, it gave him someone wearing it, couple shots, couple angles, it's amazing.
Yeah.
This is the simplest thing that you can ever do.
Yeah, so,
Can I show something?
yeah. Well, it's gonna be hard for you, or you wanna show it to the camera while you're, yeah? You're probably gonna have to get close.
Something that we just did for- they're selling like crop shoes type anti-slippery.
Kind of show it here, so.
Like,
Well, is there a link for me to pull up?
no, it's not even launched yet.
Oh, then you'd have to show it. We have to pass it around. There's no way to. Yeah, there's no way to do it. You have to pass it around. There's no way you can get me a link to that?
No, it's not even out yet. Actually,
Oh. Then I'd pass it around.
I'll pay $44, so I'm like, yeah,
So-
look at it,
this is anti-slippery shoes. So the first thing that we did was.
While he's showing me, while he's showing that,
The first thing we did was.
what Beto said is, in another way, first of all, he said no influencer video, right?
Right, so
He was coming from the angle he wants to make a couple dollars off these socks, right? Which is good, but what it,
we should do stream.
I would, yeah. I don't think it's going to do it justice. Like,
So the concept is right there with the mic.
no, you're here with the mic.
Concept is
No, don't use the deep voice.
the concept is Rico Suave moves that is slippery. So what's your name?
Igor. Nice to meet you.
Igor.
Igor.
Right.
Igor's has an anti-slippery baby shoes, right? Socks things. So the first thing that for his videos, at least for the scroll stopper,
Slippery floors?
would be to showcase the problem. That's the first thing I would do.
Yeah.
And then you sell the why is perfect and all that stuff, right? The scroll stopper, basically. That's what I would do.
Thank you, bro.
Maybe that helps.
By the way, that deep voice was AI.
Is that a real chef following though?
Don't have
It's a real person?
Called Ralph and I.
Right, that
Is that real?
real person
Okay.
following? Slipping.
But no, not the font. So you go like this, the rest is AI.
Let me. Did you send it? Were you able to? He's going to send me something to support the video or the picture or whatever. Okay. Beto, coming from the capitalist, I want to make a couple dollars off this guy's work. He's like, influencer videos? Well, there's no influencer videos on here because there's no video. If there was a video, guess what gets to happen now? And what would happen almost immediately? Because if you have a baby, what are you doing? Taking pictures all the flipping time. Right? So if there was a video on this listing, it would unlock probably within 2 weeks 20 additional UGC videos appearing all over this listing of them wearing your products. Cost zero. Right? Conversion, I think it matters. You sent it? And then, courtesy of OpenClaw.
Needs to be changed.
Yeah, that diaper looks like it needs to be changed. But I'm imagining a video,
Yeah.
no rug,
Right.
tile, a red juice that's very obviously liquid. What I mentioned earlier, you could spend, AI could totally do it. You could spend half of your day making these tweaks, or you could give it to someone who knows video, armed with video AI, and it's probably like a 10, 15-minute job. So,
I have some videos, but in the 2 packs. I have to update, yeah.
okay,
Because
so,
this is a kind of new listing, the 4 packs.
yeah, you have, let me, I want to find your,
Yeah. Before, I had like a virtual combos, virtual packs, but didn't work. That's the reason why this listing is kind of new.
yeah, so, you guys want to give any more feedback before I start jumping in?
I want to do one,
Yep.
if you don't mind. How about we solve a problem, right? Because our job as salespeople is solving problems. How are you going to convert? You're going to solve a problem for the buyer, right? What's the most happiest moment for the father?
Somebody throw him a mic while he's talking, please. Sorry, can you say it one more time?
Sure. I'm saying let's solve a problem, because as salespeople, our job is to sell, but also how you sell by solving a problem. So what's the happiest moment in the parent's life when the kids are young? Is when they start walking, the first time they walk. So I think this can help solve a problem where, like, hey, this helps your kid stand up and walk faster because it has whatever, you know, like there's many angles we can go for.
Or almost like you've graduated from, every time you graduate or achieve a milestone, you get something.
Correct.
Like the kid has reached a spot where he can now maneuver around the house. Well, you've graduated. Like,
Thanks to baby shocks.
Thanks to baby. Yeah.
Something like that.
Wearing a little like a graduation cap, and like there's so many things you could do with it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Pre AI, that was an expensive photo shoot. That's a baby talent. The parent needs to be there. That's cooperating.
Right.
Like that's expensive. Now you can pull that off.
So this video is, you asked a great question, is it a real chef? So that video is half a chef and half AI. So obviously it was liability, making the person fall back, right? Break our head, arm, whatever. So like until almost the product falls down, that's a real human. After that is AI. So yes, AI should really help you big time.
Okay.
And I would say again, I'm gonna go for it. You should immediately change your main image.
Yeah.
Immediately. This is a non-negotiable.
I
First
would
thing
do
you
like
do, change your main image.
I would look at a tag or something that says like,
What would you? Let's talk about the main image for a second. 'Cause I'm not in love with the main image either, but we mentioned packaging.
Sure.
I'm also not in love with this retail packaging. Like this packaging was done kind of with the thought of, this isn't like e-com packaging. This is someone created packaging probably without, like, 'cause this is what packaging looks like.
Right.
And it's meant to be, what's the term for it?
Hanger.
It's a hanger.
Got it.
It's a hanger. It's not e-commerce packaging.
Still better than his main image though.
I agree. Yeah. You know what? And by using it, you might want to add like 2-pack on each one, so 2 and 2, or combine something that communicates what they're getting. This gives you a lot of cool real estate to add stuff.
You have room.
Right.
Yeah. And this ribbon, it's a ribbon of what? It looks like you got something worded there, and I'd be like, what does it say?
And no guarantee.
Love guarantee.
Yeah.
If you're going to go with the statement, like, be able to read it. Yeah.
Okay.
I would avoid the word guarantee.
Oh yeah.
But
They're gonna suppress it anyway. They're not gonna allow him to add guarantee.
yeah, I would also add, as seen on TikTok, or
Sure.
viral on TikTok. It just why not take 30 to 40% increase
Also,
in conversion?
Who's that product for? It's a kid, right? Babies.
Well, it's a baby's gonna wear it, but a baby's not gonna buy it.
Sure, but there's no picture of a baby at least in there.
Yeah, there needs to be a baby. There needs to be a baby. And besides, if you have that's picture number 2. Right. It's almost like, here's what I look like here, and then here's what I look like here. So it's
Yeah.
like, somebody was like, we got boxes to fill, let's just put stuff there. So we don't, but not with any intention as to let's sell.
Does he speak of the quality of the material?
No, it doesn't. I mean, there should be those circles that do like a magnifying glass on here that talks about the,
How about the knitting also?
make your baby sleep fiber. You know what I mean? Like,
You need
the
to convince
stitch.
me why I like your
What
product.
is the number one objection people may have, people buying this? That's what you gotta have in picture.
Yeah, look at all the competitors. What are the negative reviews? What are the objections that people have around those socks?
I'm fired up. One more thing.
No, that's good.
How about
At the end of the day, we're trying to increase his sales, so that's let's just do it.
How about this reduces, or you cannot make a claim, the allergies for their foot? It doesn't give them smell.
Good.
You know,
Good.
like there's many things that you can go angles because a baby, we care for babies a lot. We want the best for them. Especially, oh no, he's my first kid. I want to get him the moon. This socks will fit perfectly in his foot, doesn't make him fall, helps him walk faster, and it doesn't give smell. And guess what? It's only baby shocks.
Yeah. And
If you record that, you can use that as video.
I would play with. I would play with like approved by 72,952 moms. Like at the end of the day, you're saying non-slip socks. You're not saying anything like you could get away with something like some big number. I wouldn't put parents. I would take this. I would take the shot here. The bigger percentage that's looking at this is moms. Just speak to the moms. The dad that's there is not going to have an issue that it says moms. But like speak to mom. But if you did, you'd test it. But
98% of kids gets bothered by allergies from nylon socks. Ours is different. Something like that. Whatever, you know.
yeah, this I'm not a fan of this.
No.
I don't know.
When Harris is the bottom line, how are you doing? Good?
Huh?
Are you doing well?
Would be better.
It will, it will.
I feel like this could be done in a much better way.
Oh yeah.
The difference since you did it, I haven't done anything, so congratulations.
Man, these little chubby feet sell. These little chubby baby feet, these sell. This is good. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to have a call out at least on this image. Write something.
Yeah, and yeah, it does need a call out, but this color to this orange is what really makes the uniqueness of that color stand out. But this is on like a 1 to 10, 1 being bad, 10 being great. I put this as like a 1.
And a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll give it 2 maybe, but not 1.
I was gonna say 1.5, but I'm like, let's just go all in. But I mean, I don't have a problem. Like, I actually like that you're saying rib arch support and seamless toe and all this stuff, but show it with the product. Maybe show it on the foot and then circle in with those magnifying glasses of it. Like,
I think it's at the back of the package. I thought that it wasn't like a requirement to do it like,
right, but even if you,
or not.
no, I don't know that it's a requirement. But I would, that's a lot of real estate to show that, especially for the third. If it was a requirement to show the back of the packaging, I'd make it the last image.
Okay.
But it's not. This right here also,
A lot of real estate.
yeah, so what you just did here with this zoom in magnifying thing, that's what you could do right there.
Right. Got it. Move.
Yeah. Instead, this looks like
Yeah.
artificial turf
Yeah,
for your backyard.
correct.
It's good.
Also, you know what I think is missing? A good brand guideline.
Absolutely.
I think you're missing a good brand guideline because your
Brand
guideline, which means your brand needs to have a specific font, specific colors. Like you need to follow something in order for you to
I do everything by myself.
which is
That's
great,
the
good
reason why-
job.
You know, right? Totally.
Yeah, now you need to get to the second step, yeah.
So I think this is a good shot because you're showing. My favorite too is this one. Let me see. This one and this one.
I agree.
But they're missing the extra text on top of it.
Where's his logo?
I mean, if you sell cat products, if you sell kitten products, you sell kid products, show the kitten and show the kid. Everyone's just a sucker for that. Like, it sells. Like all this little baby fat here. Like everyone wants to just support this kid, you know. Espérate.
How are you?
How are you? Good. ¿Vas a quedar o? Ah, ok. Niur canta. Sí. Ok. That's my coach. Yeah.
Also, I don't see on any of his images his logo.
Oh, in the package.
Yeah, but on the image.
Yeah, interesting about this QR code, does it
Does it scan?
You go to the right page.
does it?
Yeah.
Oh,
How they allowed you to do it though?
yeah, but
Sometimes they suppress it.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
oh, worse than that. Let me. Yeah, first of all, you could get your listing shut down for it going to your, yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. You can have a QR code on your product, but it's got to be disabled or not scannable in the main image. But yours is going to the site, which is actually rare, but you can get taken down for that. What Amazon usually does is it's going to go to some random site that is not flattering to you.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure they don't intentionally say let's send to a non-flattering site, but it might go to the Vermont Animal Cruelty Association. You know what I mean? And it's like, you
In the
know,
worst case, the animal's not gonna be wearing your socks.
right. Yeah. So this doesn't. So man, are you able to track your traffic on that QR code? Is it a dynamic QR code? I would be very curious to know like what you're getting in the way of traffic through that QR code. Where we used to do this as an example was we would leave video reviews on competitor products and we would show QR codes. Yeah.
Curious to see after the changes that he's gonna make, what's the result going to be?
What's your guys' verdict on brand name in the front? Let's go for the big debate.
Good question.
Do you?
I didn't understand the product, but I bought it 6 months ago. Then I understand that it's the one.
I'll let you guys go first.
What's your guys' thoughts on this? He's got his brand name in the front.
Okay.
Ooh, nobody wants to be the first one to go. Wasted real estate.
I'll go.
The brand?
He says wasted real estate.
I'll say, I noticed in my experience, sometimes Amazon is not allowed, even if I play the trick of adding 200 characters and add the brand at the end, sometimes Amazon is not allowing me to do that. Maybe it's based on categories or depends on categories. And sometimes I agree actually with Ramon. It's a two-edged sword. It can be a waste of real estate because you want your main keyword at the beginning. But at the same time, if you're in a very competitive category and you need to differentiate, you need to have your brand at the beginning because this is like, again, it's a love and hate relationship. I'm with it and against it at the same time.
Anybody else want to weigh in on it? So my take on this is this, and this has changed a little bit over the years. I used to be 100%, no exceptions, brand name in the front. I still lean a lot more that way, but going back to what we were talking about, Dimitri, in the beginning, if you, and there's plenty of Chinese sellers out there that are doing their brand name, XYZ, whatever, as their brand name, and they're selling. If you're going that route, there's absolutely no reason to have your brand name in the front. But if there's even an attempt, even if it's something that you can't prioritize right now in your business, to have your brand name be something that you lead with, I think you should. The other part of this, Tor, I'd say I think you 100% should, because even if you don't have your brand name in the front, Amazon can read images. So like if it says Baby Shocks in an image, it's not like if somebody searches for Baby Shocks, it won't come up. But if you're going to be doing things with influencers or say TikTok or anything like that, if you're going to be attempting, which you really should nowadays, be thinking beyond just Amazon PPC or like a newsletter or something, people say on TikTok are going to see a bunch of UGC creators creating something, and a percentage of them are just going to bail because they don't want to buy on TikTok, and they're going to go to Amazon. And when they do, they're not searching for baby socks, right? They're going to search for maybe Baby Shocks. And this is they're immediately looking here. If you don't have packaging here that says your brand name on it, this is the only confirmation you sort of have that's like right in their face instant, and you only have a second or two before they're like, oh, I'm not sure if this is the one. Let me go back over here to TikTok and check this out. So I think there's some. I think I'm a lot more flexible on this now. It just depends what all you're trying to do in your business. But I would lean a lot more heavily towards having it in the front.
I think if you're an Amazon-only brand, and this is 99% of your revenue, it's wasted real estate. Now, you're trying to build a brand. We're all trying to build a brand. But you're actually actively trying to build a brand with branded search coming to Amazon, where people type the branding, then that makes sense. You got, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 search volume a month on your branded, on your branding, then absolutely put it in.
I don't have enough data to shoot that down, so I feel like I can't really disagree with it. I just also don't, like, the reason I'm in this like weird spot with it is I also don't know of any brands that are, first of all, I think when most people start, they're trying to make the most of it. You don't know if you're going to be an 8-figure brand. You don't know if it's going to fail and you're going to do something else. But the ones that I do know that have succeeded when it comes to branding, or let's use like, what's the guy from the Operators podcast that we both like? He has Pella Brands, he has Lomi, right? We don't know that when those started, they weren't just Amazon pushes in the beginning. Like, no good intentions, he wanted it, had the operator chops to do it, but you don't really know that.
You don't have data.
Right.
They pull that whole out every week. So Square Performance tells you, hey, you had 100 people typing your branding this week or last week. Great. Now it's 120. Fantastic. You know what? At this point, it makes sense for me to double down on my branding. But before that.
But what do you think about people that are not? I mean, the way brands are really ranking right now is off their brand name, and it's their brand name search, and it's like that's what you're trying to do so you don't get buried on the ad side. So does that not also mean that having your brand name in the front would be important if it's the main path to profitability? That's where I'm at. Well, it kind of speaks to his point in the beginning about packaging on the front. So packaging serves a lot of purposes. I mean, if you have garbage brown box packaging, you don't do it. But I'm not in love with this sort of packaging. But it is better. I mean, you could almost just swap these.
But then another mom comes and looks at you, what if I did that for my kids, so they don't know what I'm.
Right, but on this case, this says Baby Shocks right here.
The mom is playing with another mom or whatever, the kids are playing, if it has the brand name, the black name, then they can, okay, I'm gonna look for it and I'll buy it.
Yeah, could be.
Resell.
What I've seen has been kind of like the stuff that my kids have. My wife bought the things that his wife and her sister got their kids. I don't care what kind of commercial you put out. I don't care what kind of ribbon you had. It was Yamadi's put that on Gia and Lily put that. That's how that went. So it seemed like the idea is getting one mom to kind of do it. And then when they have their baby shower and they're asking for this, well, like everyone else is trying to like do the same thing that they feel is the car seat, all that stuff, right? Like who did Yama get ideas from?
I don't know, that's a woman thing.
Right. That's why I was out. All right.
I think it's nice to have, it's good to have the packaging on the person, because I feel like as an e-commerce seller, you're trying to replicate someone going to the store, but they're really on their computer, so they want to see that packaging like they're getting it off the shelf. That's what my short take.
I didn't get it. Can you repeat this?
So like, we're selling online, so when you're trying to recreate that experience of like you're in the store, and I see that packaging on the shelf, I see that on the main image, let me pick it up and look at that. Then that would be second image, third image.
Yeah. I don't know that it's a good fit for this, but that's why I really recommend using things like the augmented reality features and 3D and all that stuff there that you can use on your Amazon listings now in a lot of cases. Like that kind of stuff helps. Is it going to 2x your sales? No, but if A plus content adds 3% and 3% here and it adds up. Yeah. Okay, so let's just, we did a good bit on this. Oh, hold on, we're not done.
Yeah, totally.
That's the best thing on the listing so far.
Yeah, why is this kid not up top?
Right.
Huh?
Yeah. The lifestyle.
That's,
Actually, look at the third image also. It can be
yeah.
used.
That looks like a kid in a comfortable position, which makes all parents feel chill.
You just solved another problem, by the way. But with whatever you just said, you just solved another problem. In this sentence, you said, our socks can make you feel peaceful.
Happy.
Show two parents sitting back with wine and their kids navigating that minefield we talked about.
Thanks to baby socks.
Yeah, and one of the really good things about AI and video right now, especially with these sponsored brand video ads, which are still like fantastic, you could have an infinite amount of these things created and just test the heck out of them. Like, and have the baby navigating like all kind of stuff and always have chill parents. Well, that hit, you know.
You only need one that goes viral.
That's it, you won. Like, but I would be banging those things out. And then you want to get some of those to match. That's why it's good to, I think, one of the sort of hidden advantages with like working with these UGC influencers is if you get their content and say they do a short video for you on something and then you put it together in a montage, if those same people who look at these videos wind up going back to your listing and then they see that person on your listing, that's like, oh wow, confirmation, I'm in the same spot. Like, this is what got me to come here. Seeing them again makes me want to buy. These are excellent. These are the best two images you have right now. Getting way ahead of ourselves, if you can get this to 1 million in sales, I don't know where you're at, but if you could get this to 1 million in sales, this would be so good for licensing. Like at the licensing show, like Paw Patrol, what is it? What's the one that my kids and me and I are addicted to? What's it? What's the bear? Sasha and the Bear. Is it Sasha and the Bear? I'm addicted to that. I watch it. Oh, and Booba. Booba and Sasha and the Bear. I get all that stuff on there. Like,
I heard that first in WOE.
Yeah. No, I don't. By the way, I don't watch TV, but if I do get a chance to sit down for 3 seconds, I'd rather put on Sasha and the Bear than another video on Notebook LM.
That's a good image with his finger on there.
Yeah, but this is the.
Yeah, but I'm saying
it's a repeat of what's up top. We don't want to repeat.
Yeah, correct.
So you don't want to put that down there, but yeah, it's not bad in and of itself. This is not a repeat.
Yeah. Soft shell. We need to change the font.
Did the person who did the A+, is it not the same person who did the main images? You did both? Well, I think you started with the A+ and you got tired when you got to the top. I don't like this. Like this looks like sloppy production actually. This fuzzy stuff down. I know it's kind of inevitable, but zooming in and showing, that doesn't look clean.
Waste of space also.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, if it looks like this, imagine what it looks like after the first wash. Oh, can they be washed? Hand wash, or can they be in a washing machine? Does it say that?
Great point.
I think in the bottom, yes, one of them.
In my opinion, even if it says it in the bullet point, it needs to show it in the image, no matter what. Even if you have machine washable in the bullet points, it needs to be in the image too.
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, that almost looks like important enough. You don't have any icons on here, any infographics. You could boost this up and add on some infographics down here. There's also something called the JPMA. It's the Juvenile Products Manufacturers Association. It's in Orlando like twice a year. If you pay, I think it's $400 to $600 to attend as a brand, you leave with a JPMA certification that you're able to use on your products. And the JPMA actually carries a little bit of weight. So I would add on some of those things, on some of those infographics. Yeah.
What's your best selling color?
Gray, dark gray. Dark gray and also.
Dark gray.
Yes.
Because it doesn't get dirty quick, I
Yeah.
think.
Could be.
All right. Well, we could go on this forever.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not, I'd like to do one where we're actually evaluating the keywords and if the keywords is good, but it's beyond the scope of this, and it would take, I'd need like 2 more people up here with me. So we're attacking everything at the same time to,
I'm down.
yeah, we got to set something up like that. Beto's, he's down. You're checking for the influencer videos immediately. Okay, let's move on to another one. You survived, you're still going to come back? Yes. Oh, hold on, anybody from the stream wanna, let's see how they ripped you on the stream. Let's see. Where's the... Here we go. Cash from India. Alex says he was here 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Better Together World?
That's Lokesh.
Oh.
Fire topic, okay. If anyone from the stream wants to rip these listings or give some feedback, feel free to chime in. The more the merrier. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. I love this.
It's a great image.
You know why this image doesn't hit me as hard as it should? Because that's what my house looks like every day. Like that's been my life for about 8 years now. So that's kind of like, I was like, wow, AI, I guess they're not making it that extreme, right? But I guess this is the extreme that AI could come up with. The only difference is in the background here, I have a bunch of black and yellow storage boxes stacked to the ceiling. You know, my house has been such a wreck that sometimes if we want to like take a shot, like GC and I sending back, we look at it and be like, they're gonna think we're homeless. Like I'm not gonna post this because it looks so bad. Like it's just, it looks like a bomb hit it. Okay. All right, let's go. Let me show you my OCD thing that I have. I'm like maniacal about inbox 0, but that would be a great thing for Claudebot, right? Or what is it? OpenClaw. I wonder who submitted this listing.
I wonder also.
Oh God. What did he do? By the way, he submitted this and then he bailed. Okay.
Money, DIY, book tape. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm actually very familiar with this category, and let me clarify. I've worked with some brands.
I'm like, what happened? What was it?
No, I've worked with some brands on this. This is and I don't need it anymore. But boob tape. So this is like, okay. Well, let me be clear on what this is before I start running my mouth. Okay, yeah, it is. So, okay, let's go back. I have a whole bunch of things I want to say here, but I'm familiar with the category and I do this a lot. If you didn't look at this, do you know what this product is?
I thought it's a yoga mat.
No idea.
Why there's no boob picture there?
You're kidding.
Serious?
I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
But some of you are still looking like you still don't know what it is. Right? It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. What's going on here is this is like a size chart. What this is, these are nipple covers. The reason I think calling it boob tape is not good, and I could be wrong on this because the main image is that bad, is there's different types of tape. One of them is the tape to cover, say, the nipples. The other ones, and those are called just nipple covers. But the tape itself is a totally different product, and it's to pull up or pull to the side and tape in place. It's like an actual tape.
Tell me more, man.
Huh?
Tell me more.
I'm physically doing it. If you wanna. Right?
The color doesn't look natural.
You want to speak keywords since you said it?
Let's talk about it.
Where's the word nipple in the title?
I don't see it, right? But I see boob tape for breast lift. That,
Or it sounds it only works for a large breast.
let's see, Jesus Christ, what kind of, I don't know if the cylindrical object was, it was metaphorical or,
Extra wide.
let me just look through this, okay. Enhanced satin nipple, this is a very bad listing.
Oh boy. This looks like a bandage.
This looks like gauze bandages.
How many have you sold in the last 30 days?
672 reviews, over 100 sold in the last month.
172.
Okay, not bad, not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
That's not bad at all. You're showing in a single image the before and after. When you can pull that off, that's really good.
That should be picture number 2.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also going to say, and I really hope I don't get beat up here for this, because I would say this either way. There is a, let me choose my words here, because this is 2026 and like I'm not looking for problems, right? On the agency side, I have the opportunity to work with some cool brands. If I work with a brand that are Latinos, it seems to be all of the images are Latino. If I work with someone that's Ukrainian, you know, they seem to be all the images are Ukrainian. White, black, all that stuff there. Looking at this, and again, if that's your market that you're going after, 100% you should. But in this case, from my point of view, and I don't know this brand off of here, or I wish Rafa was here to be able to share more. When I look at this, I'm like, this is for people, this is for women with nipples, and this is for women with breast.
With large one.
You keep saying with large ones. That seems to be something that can apply no matter what your ethnicity or where you're born. This looks from here, like what's the dominant color that you see through this?
Yeah.
I would say brown, darker skin. Nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, that might be strategically advantageous for the person, because they may have looked at this market and said everything out there is white and pink. So I want to go after and create it just for someone with more pigment, right? Here's my problem. If that was the case, it should say it in the title. And there should have been call outs on the packaging of what sort of skin tone you were going for, so that you could come up for, like, specifically for those types of searches and kind of dominate and speak more to that, like own it. Here it looks like it was you were too close to the, you were too close to things and you lost sight of it. You were only looking at your immediate surroundings or an issue that you had, and you didn't think that your product could reach. It would be on Amazon and be able to reach literally anyone in the world.
Most of the people thinking that brown boxes are a good idea, or white boxes. It's another one. The white background, white box and a white background, brown box. No, don't do that. You're never gonna catch an eye.
I still respectfully disagree with the point that maybe, because you mentioned something, Carlos, and tell me what you think of that. You said maybe if he's going after the market of dark skin. In my opinion, again, as a salesperson, even if that's his market, he should not be excluding the other skin market, no matter what. Like, whatever it is, you should be targeting everybody. What do you think?
Yep. Well,
You want everybody to buy your product. No matter what.
Assuming we succeeded no matter which way we went, I think my business is going to be larger if I dominate no matter what. But ease of penetrating the market, going back to the example of, I want to sell shampoo. Tell me when we're going to be easier. You guys have heard me say this example before, shampoo. Shampoo for men, shampoo for women, shampoo for dogs, shampoo for cats, shampoo for hairless Sphinx cats. Much less competition down here on those hairless Sphinx cats. So ease of penetrating the market is probably here. You could get a lot more creative and dominate here. So I don't know what that market is. I'm kind of learning as I go here. I was like, yeah, you know what? It's not like I'm pale white, right? If I had something that didn't fit my complexion and I needed it to kind of blend in, that would be really important. So in this case, if this person was like, because I've not done the research, I'm just making some assumptions.
Logically.
Yeah, that the person got on here, maybe they went on there and said, oh my God, there's a gap in the market here, like no one's creating them for people with darker complexions. And then I would say, yeah, go ahead and go for that. Then it's a solid move. But look at, so this brand Cakes, I've actually worked with them before. So, but like, tell me when, if we were to go 1 through 10, 1 meaning blah, 10 meaning, oh, stop here, right? Tell me, just start calling out numbers. It's a lot of, yeah, too many extensions.
That's not a bad package.
It's not bad. But like, what, honestly, what stopped you on that page? Right? Look at Dimitri.
We're not buying that. We're not buying that. Are you buying this for your wife?
Might be a
That's
gift.
what I help her. No. For life, subscribe and save every day.
Not making the decision here.
Yeah, but I'm not an expert on this, but what I've come to the conclusion on is women don't see that entirely, that they're stopped on this too, just maybe not for the same reasons that our brain does, but there is this right or wrong programming in the world that kind of says I should look like this, and if I look like this, I will get. Right. So I believe this will stop male or female. This is not, if this was poorly done, unprofessional, what's the word I'm looking for? Distasteful. None of that's here.
What if every picture has a woman in it?
Then what would you do?
I don't know.
I mean, just,
You need to differentiate in different ways.
huh?
I would agree, Mr. I don't think, or at least I would understand if the woman would stop at that. I think us as men, we either go, boobs. Right. But as a woman, not sure.
Well, how many sales have they done? That's what matters. 100 plus.
No.
Not that many people, so.
Yeah.
Versus
Well,
the one next to 4K.
I tend to
look
agree-
at their brand name.
I tend to agree with Carlos on this. When you have women, it's kind of a little more there.
I go back to the listing so I can roast the crap out of it. Sorry.
Oh, here you wait. Sorry, 1 second. Stay here on the video.
Yeah, especially.
That should sell by itself.
Yeah. No, this is good.
You get that? You have to pay, but it's not so good.
Yeah. No, this is.
Wow.
This person was able to pull this off in a classy way without having to, because if she would have attempted to do this in any other way without even showing anything, the thing would have got pulled down. It would have been too much for them to accept. In this case, what she needed to show was skin tone. This is what it looks like on my skin tone. This is how it applies, and this is how easy it is to come off. Anyone that was a woman kind of probably was like, well, that's her skin tone. That's the same. That works. That's what I'm going for. And if it peels that easy off my arm, it would peel that easy off whatever. So enough.
And to piggyback on whatever you just said, look at the style of the woman they used. They used a cute, sexy girl. You're not gonna see an ugly girl doing this video.
This is where I'm supposed to say all women are beautiful.
No, they're not.
Okay, let's go back. Oh, we got rid of this. Where's the? Oh, here we go. Let's go back to the listing. Let's start.
Number one, I have no idea what that is, looking at that main picture.
Yeah.
Number two, I would not put the sizing chart there, it doesn't tell me in English. Number three, what I would probably do, and if you want to be a little bit risky, you can, without putting the actual woman and breast there, how about a simple just putting the tape in the back, putting a color chart of all the colors that you may get, a lot like that Solidity does with the thing, and just creating a 3D model of what it would look like on a breast. And you put that loading up in a picture there, and that's it. Maybe you can actually put nipples on that thing so that people go like, isn't this supposed to stop nipples? And then once you click on it, the rest of them, all of them look great. We got to stop, we got people to stop.
Correct. Actually, this is my point. You need people to stop. That's why you want to put a
So
book there.
just create a design, whatever it is that they're gonna get, you 3D mount it in a way, and actually put a nipple on it, so people can actually see the nipple of that thing, and you go like, wait, is that what people are really getting? And they click on it, and they're like, oh no.
Good point, good point.
That's how I push it.
Yeah, this main image is one of the worst main images I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Ever,
Yeah.
negative 2.
Yeah.
Don't feel bad about your main image. You have good.
But I'm getting the, see, you don't have to be, yeah, you're not going to win the award today. So like, the reason I'm not sold that this person chose this one as I'm trying to identify a niche and they kind of made a mistake is they had the good sense of like, when my wife goes to wear a dress like this, that's when this comes into play. So she thought of that. He or she thought of that in the creation of this, but that's where the thinking sort of stopped. All right.
672 reviews are not bad.
No, not at all. Yeah.
I wonder why people are clicking on the listing even though the main image is horrible.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's been a mission that I've been on lately, and since it's become more difficult to find out ever since the cost to run ads on Amazon has gone up, and that's because people are exploring aggressively a lot of other ways to drive traffic. TikTok being a huge one. So if somebody saw a creator on TikTok that they identified with talking about this enough to where they wanted it, they don't give a damn what the main image looks like. All they know is, I want to buy it, I want to support, I want to be like this person, and I don't want to buy it on TikTok. So I have an Amazon account, I'm going to jump over here. So they would still buy it. So what we don't know is, and I've been on this mission trying to determine like what traffic's coming from where. Otherwise what happens is I'm talking to someone and they're like, oh, I want to sell this product, look how many it sells per month. And then I'm like, okay. And they're like, but your ads are not bringing in X. Look at my competitor, he's selling 4,000 units. And I'm like, that is weird, you know what I mean? But then I look and they're posting like 50 new TikTok videos a day that are getting a few thousand views, and I'm like, at a crappy conversion, there's your traffic. Like, that's why it is. And then at some point it's ranking organically for a lot of stuff and it's picking up some extra sales, but it didn't get there because it turned on Amazon ads.
You got there because the branded search is driving that.
Right, so like, that's been a big mission that I've been on, identifying where people are getting their traffic from. Otherwise you're almost taking a test using the answers from somebody else's book and you have no idea if that person's a lunatic.
Also another thing, why he has DIY on the title? I mean, is it supposed to someone else help you stick it, or?
I think you're supposed to cut it yourself in whatever shape you want to have it.
Did you see my point? It's like, okay, why you have DIY there?
They have to learn this in their own language.
Well, you gotta do it on your own.
Wasted real estate.
I'm always available.
I'm here to help if anyone else.
Me too.
I don't understand this. You took the time to do all these dimensions in pink and you showed a brown Chinese box cylinder. Yeah, I don't.
Big birds, 8 by 8.
Is this being sold to a cow or
It's
something?
8 feet by 8 inches. That's good.
Yeah.
This is like 8 feet.
Also, I'm not understanding this. Maybe this is something that a woman would understand though, but does this mean our old one was 3 inches and
I
now
think so.
our new units are 4 inches? If that's the case, that's a mistake because,
Yeah.
For bigger people.
right, but, and that this one's included in the extra large. Well, why don't you just show it in an extra large? Why the comparison? Like that's pretty confusing to me.
Or show an image what you're getting in the box.
Well, grids for measurement.
Why is it small now?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so confusing.
And he's still selling.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So the intention here seemed like, again, when we were talking about a circle and a call out, but they just did the circle. They didn't zoom in.
Yeah.
And that water one, obviously, not bad. Not bad. I would just zoom in a little more. I don't think you need to do that to show cotton unless you're going to draw in and show, you really zoom in and see something nice and breathable. That looks like it's about to catch on fire. Like, Probably some hot nipples then. Again, this one's great.
That's to be picture number 2.
Yeah.
Like, women, the first thing they think about is like, is this really gonna help me? Oh, look, it helps her, so that's it. I don't know why not clear.
Yeah, yeah, this is definitely an image number 2. You know what, this is so good, I would consider getting square packaging instead of a cylinder and have that on your packaging that shows a before and after. With, like, this could be your packaging. To be able to show that, you can't show it like that in the main image, but if it was the front and center of your packaging, you could. And to be able to show that right there in the main image, to me, I think that would be killer.
That's probably why they have 100 sales, because.
Actually, this should be the main image.
That is much better, but I still think, I'm wondering what's going on here. Is that just like sand the Bondo off my car?
It's only the bulb, but they have a shape.
Right, but you get the, oh, okay, so this is making a little more sense. This listing now, I was a little correct here. This listing's wrong because they have nipple covers and boob tape.
Correct.
So they're making a mistake here. All they're calling out here is boob tape. This says nothing about the nipple cover, so I don't know if this listing began as the tape, which is what you hook on and pull and tape in place, and then the nipple covers are for something else. The nipple covers is what I describe as it's 55 degrees tonight in this thing and you're wearing a strapless dress, you know? So you want to have these covers on. But it mentions nothing about the nipple covers anywhere in the title. It only mentions this tape.
Maybe the main keyword is boob tape, not nipple covers.
You know what I think they're doing? If you scroll down, Carlos, you'll see that this is a variation. That means there's sizes. So what they are doing is that they are adding all the sizes in each listing instead of focusing on each size in the listing.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake.
Of course.
Yeah. Let's see if there's an opportunity for you here, Beto.
Yeah, we have one free sample.
Perfect lineup, perfect fit. Not sure about that.
Oh, no?
Oh, wow.
Nope. Well, it's got a video. It means you could have some influencer videos.
Horrible video.
And I can get it. What is this? I can get it on Monday if I order in the next 56 minutes. Let's see what the A Plus is doing because we have a few more I want to.
So much brown.
Yeah, I agree.
It looks like,
Wow, that's the secret.
Stay lifted under any dress.
it's not bad.
I agree with that. I don't know, man, why everybody
You know what I'm left with? I'm left with this listing being a very, very poor listing. It almost looks like self-sabotage. This listing obviously is getting sales in spite of itself and has so many minor tweaks that could dramatically raise their sales. So,
Question, Carlos, what if this is not the ASIN that is bringing the sales?
oh,
What if another ASIN is bringing the sales and he's piggybacking?
also it was intentional. They have a vanilla. They created it as a flavor variation instead of a color variation. So they have a vanilla that has tape and whatever. So that other listing was intentionally for darker skin.
He's just doing it wrong.
It was just done really wrong.
Something that we're not aware of. Darker skull, color, newborn, things to support.
Again, this is an example. Like, I don't believe the same people that did one did the other here.
Yeah, great point.
Okay, let's.
Rafa, I hope you're listening, man, but we should get on working on this listing ASAP.
Let's go. Okay, let's start with this one.
Ooh, okay.
It's a good main image.
Yeah.
More brown, which I don't like, but it is what it is.
This is a good main image. So, why is this a good main image? It's showing the destination, not the journey. This is why you're getting this. Like, that's it. That's what you're getting. And more than likely, it's never going to look like that when you make it. Ever. Most of it's going to go on your counter. Right. It's never going to look like that. But that in essence is what you're trying to do. The straw, nice touch on color. Show don't tell. Chia. Le Food got Chia. Is
Very
that
long
what?
brand.
Jesus Christ. What is the brand name?
Le Food.
Is it called
Got
Le
Chia.
Food Coast Store? Jesus. That's pretty bad. That's like a step between, we said XYZQ, and then we had good name. We just discovered something that lives 25 degrees higher. That's not a good brand name. But Got Chia, great play on Got Milk, which people are going to connect with whether they realize it or not. Shows you the packaging this thing's going to come in. Shows you what the packages look like inside. Show don't tell. This is great. I think this main image hits almost everywhere. I mean, you got superfood. I'd have to do keyword research, but I'm not sure superfood needs to go, for this type of product, needs to go that front and center in the title. Choco Maca Magic. Again, I'd need to do research, but I'd be pretty shocked if that should go there. Chocolate superfood drink, right around here, with chia seeds.
I think chia seeds needs to be at the top.
Chocolate superfood drink with chia seeds.
Chia seeds needs to be
Chocolate
on
superfood latte with chia seeds. Seems to eliminate half this title. Rich, satisfying, better for you cocoa.
the top. Clean label.
Boba alternative.
That doesn't look like the brand listing. I am of the mind that long ass title has to be shortened down to whatever converts. You're indexed, you're already where you need to be, cut it all out, man. Just make a really pretty title.
Well, that's why experts like us give their opinion on the listings, because people doesn't really know what they're doing.
Yeah, this is,
Yeah, that's not bad.
it's not bad.
The main picture
We'll try it.
I don't like the brown, but I see the point, right? I don't like the brown, but the point is that they have to control it.
Yeah.
So, we know SEO, they're bad. Speaking of reviews, did you guys hear about the story that Amazon is locking reviews no more than 10 on the listing?
That was one of my call outs.
Oops.
Well, I haven't seen 10 yet, but talking to a bunch of people on the Vendor Central side, talking to some
Again, I haven't heard about this.
So I'm not saying the 10. I'm hearing some people say the 10. That I can't kind of verify,
Yeah.
but I called it last year. My predictions that's going to happen this year. Amazon's going to cap the amount of reviews that the quantity of reviews that can show up on a listing. The reviews themselves, either entirely, as far as what they say, will no longer be provided, or whatever the number is that's capped, say 100, those 100 will show, nothing beyond.
But 10 is a recipe for.
I've heard from really solid sources that it's 100, and it's the 100 most recent,
Fair.
with maybe like the most helpful, having a few most helpfuls that could stay around a little longer. All the reviews that you'd see that you're going to be talked about overall is to go more for like a Rufus
Yeah.
play as far as the review. I think it's a good thing. I think it's going to help newer sellers, and I also think it's a good thing because there's a lot of sellers that have, say, 50,000 reviews, where 47,000 of them were from a whole other time, and the quality of that product is not the same. Like, it's nowhere near the same. Like, it's a total garbage product.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense, but not 10. Because 10 means attack.
Yeah.
100, not so much. 10 means attack.
The worst case also is that if you want to see more, you need to click at the bottom and you need to apply to see other reviews.
So two two big things for me in that. One, what does that say about AI and Amazon? We've talked for years, we do product sourcing looking at the data based on past reviews. So big impact there. That would be huge. I mean, you could go, even Alibaba, everybody talks about, like, takes into account Amazon's product review data for so many different things. It would impact how we create listings. Like, so that's huge. The other piece of this is, what's the impact on PPC?
If everybody's giving ground with reviews, that's like huge.
What happens to your PPC? Because right now we talk about selling a blue yoga mat. You could go buy a blue yoga mat. What are you going to do? What's the two top factors that are going to determine what yoga mat you buy?
Price and reviews.
Price and reviews. So reviews is gone. Like, that's going to be equal.
Especially if it has images.
So it's going to be price and ad. It's price and who's showing up at the top. So it's going to be, personally I like it, but.
Also, I'm not sure if you guys know, Helium 10 had a section where you can extract all the reviews.
Yeah.
They stopped them.
Yeah,
They
stopped
removed
them.
that section. You cannot anymore extract the reviews and kind of go over it and summarize it.
This listing hasn't been around very long.
23, yeah.
Okay, main image, good.
Good.
For this product, I'd give it like an 8. If we're talking about a superfood, I think for that person, the ingredients is important. If it was not a superfood, I would have a problem here.
A lot of brown, like you mentioned also.
Well, for this one, it's chocolate. Let me see if they change it. Yeah, they do change it.
Yeah.
So no, this looks. This is looking good.
That makes sense.
8 servings per box shows it. Woman owned. They've plugged that in. They had to get that verified. Good work. Clean label. Good
That's
work.
presented differently though.
I mean, you can present it differently, but it's not.
Yeah, but I mean, brand building, this is what relates to brand building. I like selling high prices, right? If you want to sell high prices, you need to present it like a high-end brand.
I actually don't have an issue with this.
Oh, I like that.
Why?
This?
Show somebody enjoying it. So show somebody like with chia seed all over the top of her lip, going like,
Yeah.
I like that. Well, if you look at both of these together, what I was going to say here is that's great. Why not show 12 other beautiful creations that you could do? And then another one with the people, with all like the milk mustache.
Number one objection is it superfood? Number two objection is it going to taste like crap? Second image there has to be, no, it's not going to taste like crap.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Confirmation.
I like people with the choco mustache.
Exactly.
Yep, I like it. This is the first one that I've seen that's pretty garbage.
It's actually a good
Like-
call, Carlos, for what I'm doing.
Yeah, absolutely. This is, I mean, the hero in this image is this. It's cut off. Like, right, it's cut off. I'm not sure what was trying to be done here. This, you know what this looks like? This looks like somebody tried to get a Facebook ad creative and just stuck it over here. Oh man. Reload.
I hate when this happens.
Sure.
Where are the ingredients? Why don't show pictures of it?
It would have been nice to show a pile. Well, let's see what the ingredients are, because sugar, yes. Milk powder, maca powder. This is the only one that would be kind of weird. I was just talking to somebody recently about this, and ashwagandha. So strawberry, you have a strawberry protein shake, strawberries, red powder or pinkish red powder. But if you need to show ashwagandha, what does ashwagandha look like?
A root,
It's a root?
probably.
Yeah.
Just
Probably.
Like maca. It
like-
is a root, like
It's a root.
Okay, turmeric, everybody kind of universally knows when they see it. Ginger. I don't feel like ashwagandha, even though it's like a mainstream term now, but I don't feel like most people visually can look at that as ashwagandha.
Yeah.
So like, I think the rule should be don't show it unless, but these other ones, yeah, you could show the cane sugar, the chia seeds, everything else could have been done. I don't have too much of a problem here with this one. They got the video. Oh, I think that's good.
I feel like the superfood people who are looking for superfood drinks would know exactly what maca is.
That is a good point.
Exactly what cocoa.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yep.
so-
Also, you can be the one who's teaching them how it looks, even if they don't know. That's
Yeah.
how you differentiate.
Really good. This doesn't have any influencer videos.
Good, all sign up.
Yep.
Good background for the product also.
Yeah. I think this listing was done well.
The only thing is the objection of what does it taste like? That's about it.
Yep. I agree with you.
No human in any of the images.
You have something like, oh,
Yeah, no human, which would satisfy what he's saying.
Who's drinking it? Human.
Human approved.
Yeah.
This
can be done even better also.
I think it can be improved, but what they're trying to pull off, I think a few minutes ago I would have had a slight objection, but what Alfie said too, if you're into this food and that's what you're looking for into the superfood, like this is good.
Yeah, that's
Like
impossible to read.
you ever seen what lion's mane and all that stuff looks like? Like it looks. I don't want to know that I'm ingesting that. But when I wanted to get away from coffee and go healthy and get like mud water and all this other stuff, those mushroom caps and all that looked like healthy stuff. All right.
That text is impossible to read. I would totally.
Yeah.
But how would you relate that it's tasty, Ramon? Like the taste.
A woman holding a cup of it
Smile.
with a mustache of it, like,
Uh-huh.
you know.
Yeah.
or
Happy.
video.
You might even be able to have like a whole family that drinks it. So even kids like it, mom, dad, everybody.
Everybody
Like-
has the mustache.
What a
Yeah.
face
The
with that mom.
milk mustache that Milk did tastes good
Yeah.
is universally accepted as like this tastes good.
There it is.
Went from orange to this color. Why?
Yeah, there seems to be a disconnect.
Yeah.
No running galleries.
That used to be something that was kind of like, man, you really should. But now with AI, it's,
Come on.
come on, man. Grab your top 3 competitors and say, I want to be, I don't want to totally copy, but this is what we're, I mean, there's no reason not to do that. Yeah, again, this feels like 1950s. Like, we stopped being like cool and current.
I think it's a play on Java coffee, Javi coffee. Have you seen similar colors, like bright colors on your face?
Yeah, but if you're going to do it at the top. Like, be universal throughout. Like, they had something good going on in the beginning. Now I'm like, did I accidentally go to another tab? You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if I'm looking at the same product.
Also, what do you mean? However you mix it, it's magic.
Yeah, I don't. Like, magically on the way out, on the way in.
It's like, right? No, not
Hold on,
magic.
we went slightly over, so I'm going to just jump over to this last one that I got submitted. So we can just take a peek at it. Let me try to go through this. But I would give that overall one, it got worse as we went on. I'd give it a 6, 7. Give it a 6, 7 overall.
Yeah.
You got to go, or? Oh.
Not bad. Little crowded, but not bad.
6 grams of fiber. This should be a little bigger. 2-pack, 28 ounce, Prana overnight, oat and chia.
Just add water. You have a whole bunch of.
Too many things to read.
There is a lot to read. I think there's a lot to read here. There's a lot.
Yeah.
I guess I don't like it looking at the product detail page, but I'm wondering how well this pops out in search.
Look at the 2-pack and the 2-pack. Amazon's adding 2-pack and they have 2-pack.
They went heavy on the strawberry. If you're not into strawberries, oh, it's strawberry shortcake. With oats strawberry shortcake. Okay, I didn't get that.
I think it was, no, the Amazon 2-pack is because after they created the image, then they want to go, this is a 2-pack, and then.
Yeah.
Then Amazon put it there.
I'm just saying it's not working for them good in this case.
Yeah, but that's a small.
Tweak, yeah. That's why we're here. We're kind of digging on them.
Organic overnight chia oats strawberry shortcake.
You lost me there.
So that you don't have to, they share it, it's when you put it in water or whatever it's meant before, so it's already ready to go.
Shortcake.
It's actually really good. I like overnight oats. I feel like they're completely different than regular. Like I like oatmeal, period, but
What's the market for overnight?
growing really, really quick.
What's the search volume? On
I
overnight?
would
So just to understand, you put the oats in water before you go to sleep so that when you wake up they're ready?
could be oats or milk, but you get like a little jar or whatever. You put your oatmeal in there. You put whatever you're gonna mix with your oatmeal in there. Mix it up with the water, top it, put it in the fridge. Come back the next morning. It's fully expanded, and I guess the cold water or non-introduction to heat or whatever. It's excellent. And to go. You could do it for the week. They start looking a little funky. Nothing wrong with them. You keep eating them, but they start looking a little ugly. Like, did it go bad? Like, the closer you get to a week. But it doesn't. I've had them like 2 weeks later. Excellent. Really good. I love overnight oats.
Okay, what's the second image?
Second image.
First image is pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
Could be better, but yeah, it's good.
I don't know why you need the hummingbird there, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Not bad.
Yeah, I think the bird here is enough in their logo.
Yeah. I'm reading a lot here.
You need the label as number 2, because that's what people care about, right?
They were also labelling.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't put at all. That image.
Yeah. Waste
Again,
of space.
why is it that people struggle so much? It's a food product. Would somebody enjoy your food?
Yes.
That's gotta be like number 2, number
Yes.
3. I am enjoying this food. This is delicious. Like that's gotta be there.
Oh, so convenient breakfast.
I
But
don't.
it's pretty, but where is the person enjoying it? Like,
Man,
you
it
gotta
looks
do that.
tasty.
Logo's too big over
I
there.
assume that it's tasty. I
This is
don't
called the
need no
logo image.
confirmation.
Yeah, there's
It
a.
just looks delicious to me.
That'd be great.
It looks delicious.
Yeah, to me, yeah. I don't need a person like smiling there. To me,
It's a good point,
I would
actually.
buy on the first picture. To
It can be
honest.
on both, but always as an Amazon you want.
I think they're wasting a lot of space in
Yeah.
here. Like I don't think they're like.
Maybe some people do, you know. I'm just saying mine.
Yeah, what's
But you're right. Maybe
I
some
agree.
people do. Need
What's the
that
purpose of this
confirmation.
image
Both are right.
with this one?
Nothing.
Like we've already seen the packaging.
They're the same.
Yeah, so there's a waste here.
This does not belong here.
I think if you're going to show the
She's probably
person,
smiling.
if you're going to show the person, show them enjoying it.
Yeah.
Or like even when you do the Tastemade does great. I like to use them as an example a lot. Tastemade in their Facebook videos, they have a very templatized process on how to do it. And it starts with ready-made thing. And you're like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. And then it starts with a bowl and then ingredients. And it like, you start watching it being made and it always ends with, you know, like a bite in, the goo, the cheese pull, like the,
Spoon with something in it.
it doesn't mean that no one was converted until they saw that. Other people were like, I'm getting this, you know? But I think it helps. Yeah, this doesn't do anything.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's magical about it?
I
I guess we have to believe that it's magical.
But they said so.
They said so, so we believe.
no, I don't have an issue with just add water, it's magic. I have issue that you wasted an entire thumbnail with just add water, it's magic.
Where would you put it?
Well, first of all, if it was an important slogan, I wouldn't want to add anything else here. But you see these logos down here? They wasted space and have them somewhere else, which we'll get to in a second. Just add water and it's magic could just go right down there at the bottom if you want
It's
it.
right there on the package, though. Just add
Is it?
water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right there. Just add water and it's magic.
My question is, why do you want to say magic? What's the magic in it?
I think in the superfood, I think when you get into organic, I think they're trying to go with healthy food versus non-healthy food, and healthy food is magical for you. I don't know.
How about
I think
from
for some
box to
people,
magic? So
I think
to
for some
health.
people too, if you're looking at overnight oats for the first time, it almost has that feeling like you run in the morning to go see if it's ready and if it's done. It's that I don't know. It's a little bit of an experience.
The overnight oats is because You just have water, and then by the time you go
Yeah.
back,
It's done.
Yeah,
You don't need to do all this prep. And most people that do overnight oats, they don't just do overnight oats for the next morning. They usually do it for at least a few days.
Yeah, and maybe the point is that when you do it at home with all the ingredients, you need like strawberries to add chia to it.
Yeah.
Milk to it, sugar, sweetener, everything. And they have everything just
Right.
out and that's it.
Here it's just like pour water, done. That's magic.
For people that don't know, that I've never had overnight oats. I had no idea that that's
Actually,
a profit. And it's
it's-
not, it doesn't tell me anything.
I think it's like around $1,000 on Amazon. Right now it's growing. This is like it's growing like niche and oat, overnight oatmeal, overnight chia, pudding, and
I wonder what's the search volume on that, but I guess we'll see.
On overnight oats,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's like
I think it's high.
I don't remember search volume, but there's also around.
What's the keyword sales on it too?
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah, not bad.
This is the dominant player in the stores.
I
Kodiak.
think
Kodiak.
Prana, the listeners that we're reviewing, they play with chia keyword. If you put chia pudding, there will be a combination there. And this is how they differentiate. They actually overnight oat, but with chia. And they claim on the package, they claim chia with oat. But when you look at the ingredients, chia is like third or fourth place. So chia is not the main ingredient, but they're like differentiation steps there.
See, what, in that image, I would have an image that goes like, this is what it looks like the night before, this is what it looks like the night after. It's magic. Then that tells me, okay, now I get the magic thing was showing me, the before and the after.
Yeah.
That's the way that they can do there.
And what is before?
Yeah.
What is before?
Before is just
Like dry.
a cup of water with the
Dry powder?
Yeah, with the dry powder on top. Oh, this is what it looks like the morning after.
No, well, yeah, but before is some bananas, some blueberries, a little bit of peanut butter, some oatmeal, some milk. Show all this stuff here, and then you're mixing it in. And there's always this challenge to get all your stuff in without it overflowing and mixing it good enough. There's that. If you've ever done it, that's the issue.
But show that image. Is what I'm saying.
Right, yeah, I agree.
There's so much space there, show that.
Or even a good video, and then just be like, oh, and then and just speed it up. Like you could pull it off. Then you have some magic.
Then you have some magic.
Right.
That magic makes sense.
That would probably also work good for like a sponsored brand video ad or something like.
I love sponsored brand, man.
Put your little GoPro in the fridge and you add the water and just track it and then time lapse it. Just go. Okay.
We do it more?
No. This is it. Are you bored?
You want more magic?
No A plus?
My plus.
Ooh,
That's a mistake.
it's a nice way to lose.
I think they have to, for other listings. I think this one is a new.
So this is the one they don't
You mind
mind.
clicking on their store, Carlos, if you don't mind?
Yep.
Just to see they are poor on the listing or they are poor in general.
Wait, it wasn't that bad.
I put it at a 5.
Uh,
5.5. I would have gave him a 6 with no A plus though, and a lot of wasted top image space.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we look at their competition, we'll give them 4.
That would have been a good brand story piece to have in their A plus section. I mean, but have it for the respective product.
That's a waste of space. I'm not sure if you guys.
No, it is, but they have it under who we are, so anybody that clicks
Oh, yeah,
here is
you're
probably
right.
interested.
You're right, I apologize.
Overnight chia. So your point, chia. Berry fairy. She could have showed a fairy. I have issues with this. Like, if you're gonna pull off a lifestyle and show somebody doing it, they're not eating it out of a frick. If you're gonna go for a lifestyle image, don't have them eating out of a jar that has your brand logo on it. Like, that stops becoming a lifestyle image and it's more of a brand shot. Like, have somebody eat it, you know, out of a red Solo cup like they're really doing it. You know what I mean? Right?
No, it just, I understand it, man. You gotta show branding. I understand it.
Yeah,
If
but
it
you
was
could
done
have
like
your
that-
branding right here.
If it was done like that, you would roast it. Why is it in a cup? Why is it?
Yeah.
No,
where's
the red
branding?
solo cup I would have roasted.
You
The
would
red
have
solo
roasted
cup I
anyway.
would have roasted, but a good tequila shot glass? No.
Well, why not that image in the main image slide?
I have, I'm sorry?
Why not that image in the main image slide? Image number 2, 3.
That's okay, because, I mean, I think you could do better, but I think we expect the main images that a brand put to be the brand did them. But to me, this falls close to an Amazon influencer video that's supposed to be a random person that used your product, and that's the impact, and they're eating it out of something that says Prana on it. It's kind of like, well, I guess it's not that authentic. Like, what harm would happen if you removed it? Like, they went out of their way to put Prana on the glass and to show just the top Prana of their bag. I mean, the colors match. It looks like a Coca-Cola thought process went into this. You know, Santa's colors matches, you know, Coke, like,
I
it's,
hear you. The only thing I'll do is just leave that as a glass jar without the branding, and that's good enough.
I think you guys, whoever the brand owner is, needs to speak to Carlos for them to kind of.
I second that message. All right, that's what we got.
Pretty high volume.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see if we have no questions on the stream. All right. Bueno, guys, we went a little over. Sorry about that. I think it was a good session, though.
Great.
Next Saturday, we have a great one. Let me just think about what it is. No, we have a good one though. It's I think it's 10 things you can do to your listing for launch, taking into a lot of different things into consideration. And then the question earlier about revisiting the topic about the VAs that we missed last Saturday. We are gonna make it up, but it'll be in next month. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right. Thank you, everybody on the stream.
Oh, man.